pre-chickens.
Just like cheese is solid milk.
Oh.
Aaron, remind me. I've got something I want to show you later. I'll show you after stream.
Daddy,
Wow, guys.
I'm so prepared for Daddy Redvold to come in and be like, bitches, what
I
are you
know.
doing?
What are you doing? I'll never compare.
All right.
It's just.
Well, I was gonna
try
say,
so
I've
hard.
learned that if the only way I can sound anything close to Aaron is if I figure out how to talk completely out of my chest. It's all down here. It's like
Yes.
yeah.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with
It would help
Deep
if I were
resonance.
7 foot tall and had a big
Yeah.
mushroom.
Oh, wow.
Hi everybody. Hi everyone who's live.
That's exactly what you want.
This is
It's
what they
still
do.
titled Lethal Company, by the
We
way.
did-
No,
Let's
Fix the
go.
stream, you fuckers.
Yes, we are.
It
Lethal
should not
Company to
be.
keep.
Restream
Now they know.
failed to
Now they know
rename
that
it then.
we're
Oh.
always having a good time.
Water bottle's too cool.
Fix
You
the
guys will actually get to
stream.
see me drink from my giant water bottle, which Rhodey gets to listen to the
Oh,
10 minutes
I
of
think
just
it was
gulping.
probably just the notification.
You don't have a straw?
The one
Oh,
that looks like a urinal.
It like one of those portable urinals.
Yeah.
I do
Oh,
have
man.
a straw. It's just I don't drink enough water. I have to
Do
finish
you
at
have a
least two
funnel
of
that
these.
goes into your pants so you can pee directly into it off the
I
side of
have
the road?
I have to finish 2 of
100%
these a day.
recycled.
I have to finish 2 of these a day. If I don't gulp it, it's not happening.
by the way, do me a favor. If y'all type, please mute your mic. I get clicks
I
and taps
refuse.
through the whole.
I don't know
I'm
about
just
that.
like,
I am too fucking busy. Mute me. Damn it.
the only one that I'm
That's
like.
fair.
I
You get to
get it.
pass.
I am working
Ah.
on getting so I can pay you, please.
Pinnacle moment was realizing, hey, we can boot people out of the chat last week. Of hey, we can release Marie to the ether.
That was
That
funny.
was fun. We've had to do that twice, actually.
Listen, my
Our-
desk gets
our
real
resident
fucking
sleepy.
comfortable at midnight.
And the FOMO is real.
We all
I
know
get
your
it.
bedtime is 2 hours ago, so we're good.
It's true.
Oh,
Speaking
What
of
is
which, we
happening?
should jump in so we don't wear Marie out too much tonight. Hi, everybody.
I love that I'm the reason for this. Let's go.
More like the
Hi,
excuse.
everyone. Welcome to. Go, no, please go. Zach,
What, me? What I do?
I interrupted you twice.
No, I was just making a dumbass joke.
eh.
I wasn't
I
saying anything
wanted to
important.
hear it. All right, fine. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Punch and Roll for Initiative. I am Ethan Gray, your dungeon master. I don't know what to promote this week. I am possibly going to be in a gay cowboy romance at the end of this year, maybe, possibly. I think the contract is maybe officially signed right now, and I'm really excited about that. And then if it doesn't happen, I'll just do a different gay cowboy romance because God knows I love gay cowboy romances. I'm going to go around the circle so we can all introduce ourselves. I'm going to start at the bottom of my screen, which is Zach, and that'll put Aaron on deck. So Zach, you're at first.
I'm Zach Rosenfeld. I am an audiobook narrator and voice actor. You can hear me as the character of Barrick in the Worshipped Around Reality's Bend, a serialized audio drama based on the works of Clint Baker. That's a thing I haven't promoted before. That's on Spotify. Go check that out. So is that all we're doing? Are we
Yeah.
doing character fun facts?
No,
again?
fun
Fun
facts, buddy.
facts?
Come on.
Fun facts? Okay.
Yeah.
I was putting Redwald on the map. Redwald on
Gotcha.
the map.
Okay. When Beryl was very young, a troop of entertainers came to the the army camp that his family was working at, and one of them, air quotes, enchanted his blacksmithing hammer to be like a lucky charm, and he has since grown out of the superstition of believing that, but it's still the hammer he carries with him on all of his adventures.
Aw,
Very
I love
nice.
that's very sweet.
that. Aaron, you were up next.
Hi, my name is Aaron. I am a narrator, and mostly doing fantasy stories, epic fantasies. But my latest work is just gone live a couple of weeks ago, and that is the second book, which is actually a prequel in the Shadowcasters series. So, what if Pokemon, but you summon them with shadow puppetry? It's a great fun young adult level adventure fantasy story, and I am playing Redvold. Now, a little fun fact about Redvold is we know he has a family, and he has had 3 pets for his children throughout their lives, and accidentally stepped on all of them, and stopped getting any more pets since then.
Oh
Did they survive the stepping?
No.
I'm gonna let him know.
no! I'm making the exact
I
same face
thought I
as
just
Tegan right
wanna
now.
know.
That's so good.
Complete accidents every time, but after the 3rd one, he stopped getting
Never
pets
again.
for his kids. Yep.
That's fair.
Understandable. Very understandable.
All right, up next is Rhodey.
Oh, it's me. Sweet. Hi, I'm Rhodey. I am an audiobook narrator, podcast editor, audiobook editor. And I'm actually editing a few books currently. Working on a few audio dramas and stuff. Got a lot of stuff coming up that I'm really excited about. And I have a meeting tomorrow to see if I'll be doing some more stuff. So that'll be fun to find out how that goes. And I'm playing Redvold. No, I'm Raz. I am going to be. I'm trying to think of what his thing is this week. In case people didn't remember from the sessions, he's from the first, which are the people that are originally here, and his it's more about his people than him himself, but it says a lot about him. His what are they species, I guess, is normally winged, and he is not familiar with the ways of the lower people, so that's why he's a little awkward and foreign to them, even though technically he's been here longer. So yeah, there you go.
You know, we could just not do fantasy racism. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
I was
Marie, you're
gonna say
up
that's
next.
not racism. That's just explaining where he comes from. So
I'm
yeah.
kidding. I'm kidding.
It's classism this time. It's fine.
Well, they live on an
The
sorry by
pores,
lower
you
people.
know.
Upper
I meant literally-
geographically.
I meant yes. I meant literally lower, as in like they live on a floating island, and all
That's
the
much
other
better.
people live on the ground.
Because
So,
I'm like,
yeah.
Rhodey,
the-
does your character have to be a butthead every time you give a fun fact about him?
For the
I
white-skinned,
mean-
white-haired man above everybody else.
We're
Blue
determined to find the
eyes,
good in
rich,
Raz.
rippling muscles.
geographically bigger.
I can't help it. Everybody loves me.
Oh my god. Marie, it is your turn.
Fabulous. Hi, I'm Marie Mitchell. I am the narrator of Key Ridge, the cutest little snowboard sunshine grumpy rom-com you ever did hear, and it's launching this month. A fun fact about Kaida is she can tell the difference between 10 types of mud just by the way they squish under her boots.
Yeah.
Marie, have you ever done a pitch before? I feel like you would be the perfect person. Like, if I had to pitch something, I would be like, can Marie do it for me? It's
you
so
ever did
good
here.
every time.
That can be my
So good.
third career if these current ones don't pan out.
All right, Tegan.
My name is Tegan Burke. I am the resident Australian narrator, clearly. But so this month I actually have The Lifespan of Starlight and Emerald of the Sea coming out. Surprisingly, even to me. I was really excited to hear that. So go me, I guess. And I'm playing Emmy. And my little fun fact about Emmy is my housekeeper makes sure I take vitamins every morning. It's a necessity. And I hear voices when I'm in the sunlight.
Don't we
Perfectly
all?
normal.
Are you taking enough
Don't we
medications
all?
in that case then?
Is it enough vitamins or is it too many
gonna say, is it
vitamins or is
too
it
many?
too
What,
few?
what are in those vitamins? you
Well,
know?
considering the switch up between let me help you in surgery and let's kill a bitch, let's see.
Is this like finger quote vitamins? Is that what we're doing here?
No, I've been told they're vitamins, and if I run out, I have to go back and get more.
You know, finger quote vitamins would be a really good name for like an MLM. Like, I'm just saying that would be really funny.
I was
Cleo,
thinking
it's
of
your turn.
Rock Band, but okay.
Okay. Hello, I'm Cleo Birch. I'm a voice actor and narrator. My, I guess, most recent audiobook work is Whisper of Apple Blossoms. It should be at some time this spring. A slice of life horror with just a little bit of love and romance in it. It's a very sweet book. Very proud of it so far. So eventually that. But I play Iris McGugan. And a fun fact about Iris would be, let's see. She has 3 beautiful children. They have all grown up and they are all parts of the family business that she and Henry ran when she was in her heyday before she retired. And she has not seen them, unfortunately, for a while, but they're busy. They're doing good work, so she understands.
Okay. All right, and that brings us into a tense moment, so I'll catch us up. Our heroes have been into the well as their final trial, officially having become well divers, the hero faction of this world that fights against the darkness of the world below, a planar universe that punctured into their own whenever the gods got a little too excited about trying to merge a bunch of stuff together. And like in most mergers, things don't go the way you expect, and it caused a bunch of problems. As a result, there have been heroes who have risen up. The gods have lost their powers, and they are able to bestow power onto others, and people find their own paths in this world. And one of them that is very common and a good way to make money, a good way to get access to different countries and get access to different places is to become a well diver. And that's what all of our heroes have just finished doing. They have escaped out of the well as a group of clergy were moving toward them and a group of who knows, but they were being led by the lore master toward them as they left the well, because it turns out some kind of weird things were going on in the well, including a priest who appeared to be doing some kind of ritual. And at the end of that ritual, Redvald cut his throat. So they left his body in the well, ascended out of it, and joined Bast in his No Mind pub, a Titan skull that has been converted into a 2-story pub, the bottom floor being an actual pub, and the top floor being an office that apparently has a snake lady in it, based on some fancy spells that were cast earlier. Here they have met Rin, the cat girl. They have met the party they've known before, including the Harpy Pick, Tarvin, the wizard, Scarlett, the paladin who is currently undergoing surgery, and Red, the automaton who has been assisting in said surgery. Beryl touched the gem that was located at the base of Scarlett's, what is it called? Sternum. And in doing so, felt himself overwhelmed with a voracious and dark hunger that he was only able to be pulled out of with the assistance of Iris, Rin, the cat girl, and Garnet, who was able to communicate to him inside his own mind. Currently, you find yourselves in a bit of a sticky situation as Emmy has just heard the word Nightwing whispered, turned and asked Raziel to grab Pick, the harpy, as she believes it came from that direction. Kaida, I believe, were you eating a plate of food, Kaida? What were you up to?
I mean, yeah, I was watching. This is like ER. This is Grey's Anatomy right now. I got my food and I am just happily watching. I don't have to be involved in this right now.
Beryl and Iris, Beryl first, what are you two up to right now, given that a lot of things have happened all at once?
Beryl kind of came out of that whatever that scene was when he was resonating with the nasty black gem, and I think when he came out of it, he asked Iris for another round of drinks, and so I think he has kind of retreated a little bit, and he is waiting for that, and he has Garnet kind of like in his hand. He's kind of got his hands up, palm up in front of his face, and Garnet is kind of resting on his hands, and he's just kind of got his head bowed, his eyes closed, and he's resonating with Garnet to try to purge those horrible feelings and whatever vestiges of that nasty gem kind of are remaining in him, kind of getting some light into him again.
Okay. And as a reminder, last week Aaron was having a conversation with his god in an office and gave him a little bit of information. Aaron, it has been long enough now that you have been able to make your way down to this general area. I'm going to let you decide when you want to walk in the door. Okay, I'm not gonna usher you in. Whenever you feel like it's a good time for Aaron to have popped through the door, feel free to just open the door and walk in. Okay.
Will do.
All right. Because it's been about 30, 40 minutes and you weren't delayed quite that long.
Yeah,
Okay.
Iris would have gone with Beryl probably towards the bar, and she'll have her hand on him and maybe bring up like a stool so he can sit while he resonates.
Guzman is behind the bar still, and he will look at each of you and goes, "Hey guys, you need some more drinks? Hey, what the fuck is going on over there?" And he looks over at Raziel. I need you to roll. This is, I believe, a grapple check, which I made a joke about on the internet. Zach, I don't know how this works in the new 2024 rules.
So the new way is that the target rolls an athletics or acrobatics check against a DC. The old way is a contested check. So whatever we think is going to be more fun.
So I get to set the DC and the target rolls to save it?
The DC is 8 plus proficiency plus the grappler's strength mod. So this it would be
I don't like that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of math.
Well,
if I wanted that, I'd go back to
harder
4th
than
edition.
me rolling.
How about we both roll athletics and whoever rolls the highest?
Well, that's the old way.
So
the old way is Raziel, you as the grappler roll an athletics check, and then the target rolls either athletics or acrobatics to try to avoid it.
You're right. Okay.
So, and I'm familiar with the one where you roll, because a lot of monsters do this, where you roll to hit, and if you roll to hit an athletics check, you can grapple with it. So I'm used to rolling against AC. Now, what I think we should do, because I like it more, is you can choose either athletics or acrobatics, because I think both are a cool way of grappling. And we often don't let Dexy people grapple people, but it makes sense. And I'm going to say that it's an opposed athletics or acrobatics check. So you can roll athletics. She's going to roll acrobatics to try to oppose you.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll roll athletics then if I can.
I'm going to let you go first, and I'll let you know.
All right.
Go ahead.
By the way, Guzman is animated, serving drinks animated on our stream right now.
I just got a nat 20 plus 5, so beat it, please, beat it.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll without the GM thing on to see if I.
That hubris might come back to bite you later.
I'm not.
She only has a +4.
If he beats it, it would be amazing. Okay.
No, that's an 18. Okay. So no, she doesn't beat it. You very quickly and surprise her. I probably should have given you advantage, even, to be honest, because she didn't see this coming. You quickly and deftly wrap your hands around her. And again, as a reminder, as a harpy, she doesn't have hands, right? She has 2 wings without hands at the end of them, and she just has legs. So immediately she begins trying to claw at you and scratch at you and try to get you off of her. She begins freaking out.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, we're face to face, so could I have just bear hugged her with her wings down? I mean, Raz knows how to fight harpies. He's been doing it his whole life. So would he?
Yeah, you have grappled her successfully. The question is moving to restrain, which I don't know if there's any. Are there any additional rules on that, Zach? As our rules lawyer.
Well, once they're grappled, they have a condition. They can't move on their own. Their speed becomes 0. They have disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than the grappler.
Right.
I think it's
which she's going to start trying to do, which is why I'm asking.
As an action on their turn, they can always reattempt that athletics or acrobatics check to get out of the grapple. Like in the new rules, it's against the DC. Right. In the old rules, it's just a contested roll every time, if I remember correctly.
Can you force someone into a risk? You know what? I'm just going to keep playing this the way I want to play it.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad bringing this up, but should we technically now roll for initiative?
So I don't want to make it a combat officially yet. We're going to slow time down, but I want to give you guys feel free to jump in, right? This is not, no one else is going to draw weapons right now. If other things start to happen, then yes, we will need to roll initiative. But as soon as you grab her, what I'm going to say is if you want to try to keep her from hurting you, which she is going to immediately try to start doing, you will need to roll to restrain her, which we'll say is the similar check, but she has disadvantage because you're holding her. And if you don't move to do that, she will try to break out of it. Yes. So
Oh no,
real
he's
quick,
gonna try to
while
hold her as
you grab
long as
her,
possible.
what is everybody's reaction?
Well, speaking of jumping in, this is the exact moment Redvolt walks through the door.
Nice.
Perfect.
Heck
In front of you,
I'm
Redvold, you see a
Can-
woman laying on a table with her stomach open, perfectly still, like a board. You see a now very clearly, because you have not seen this yet, a very clearly outfitted robot, an automaton, is like spraying something into her chest to try to keep it from sealing. There is a person who appears to be a like cat girl who is currently looking very concerned in the direction of Beryl, and now has her attention turned over to Pick and Raziel, and you see what appears to be a slime person behind the bar serving drinks. What would you like to do?
Okay. Well, me walking through the door, seeing Raziel grappling with someone, I mutter under my breath, "It's only been 30 minutes. I've left them alone for 30 minutes." And I'll just start walking casually, because I don't see it as any danger, but Raziel might be in a bit of trouble, so I'm going to start walking towards him.
You know that scene in Community where he opens the door and everything's on
Yeah.
fire?
Yes.
That's kind of what I picture. You just open the door with like pizzas, like, "Hey guys, I'm back from my god's appointment," and it's just like there's a body on a table. They're fighting. There's a winged person desperate to get away from Raziel right now.
I feel like
All right,
Iris is
sorry, I'll let
holding
everybody
flaming
else.
shots as well. So there's the fire element.
Well,
I
was
need
gonna
that
say,
to be the picture of Iris
last thing, I
forever.
think Beryl gave his tray of stuff to Iris as well, so I think she is holding a tray. of
Iris
flaming
is
Oh,
like
yeah.
double
That was
fisting.
before the surgery. It's been a few minutes since
Okay.
then. I assume those drinks got drank.
Yeah, but
I
we're
believe
getting
we
new
did,
ones,
yeah.
so.
Sorry, I just remember. I'll get all for one except the hubby. Oh, yeah, that's cool, man. Oh,
And one for uh-oh.
One for
Oh,
all
fuck.
except the Hardy. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you walk into the room. Is anyone want, I don't want to tell you guys what to do. Does anybody want to do anything as this starts to play out?
I think
Emmy
Iris
is
just waves at Redwald.
obviously approaching the harpy, looking real fucking intense. For Emmy.
Okay.
Anyway. She probably looks as intimidating.
I'm
as
gonna
a chinchilla holding a
Look over
stick.
at those two and whip a roll at the harpy. Hey, Toes. No need for all this fuss. I've dealt with worse attitudes from geese. Raz, also, like, face to face, are you guys gonna kiss?
Oh, definitely not. But Raz isn't Raz is holding eye contact. He's in battle mode.
That's
right
so
now.
close.
This is so enemies to lovers coded, and I love it.
Eye
So-
contact is wild at that distance.
Well, it's because of the
so
fact that
I'm-
he's got to be sure what she's doing. He's ready to just fight.
I'm like serious, intense staring at the harpy, and I'm like, tell me what you know about Nightwing.
She is like, as you say that to her, she's got both legs up on Raz's chest, and she's about to kick as hard as she can off of him and try to get loose. And she just freezes like mid-air with her legs up on Raz's chest and like whips her head over at you really fast and stops moving and goes, "How the fuck do you know that name?"
I don't know, because you said it like 5 minutes ago, and I heard it, and it would be nice if you actually told me what the fuck you know about Nightwing.
How do you know he's father?
Her name's Dick Grayson. Sorry.
Oh my god, Emmy! God. You know what?
The terror
Raz
of the
is-
skies. The murderer of all harpies.
Okay. Emmy looks immediately relieved
Raziel,
that she doesn't have
what's
to kill
your
a
father's
bitch.
name?
Oh. Oh no!
Raziel, what is your father's name?
Adriel.
The fucking Nightwing.
Ooh.
Doom, doom, doom.
And she's just like frozen in your chest, like continuing to look at you, just like,
Oh no!
your father killed more of my kind than anyone ever has. He's
Oh,
a monster.
No.
I think I'm a close
And
second.
you're the spawn of a monster.
Oh no. This is gonna go real bad. But I simultaneously, this is probably going to be too much to try and do, but simultaneously try and grab the harpy, pull her out of Raz's grasp while pulling a dagger on Raz.
Yes.
What role is this, Ethan?
Wait,
That
so what
must-
is she doing? Just so I know.
I'm trying to.
She is going
because I
to
know you
try
can see
to
me. I'm
loosen-
yanking
okay,
and
here's-
also like.
Here's what I'm
You're
gonna do.
yanking who,
I'm
though?
gonna give you advantage against him. I'm assuming Raz, you're not gonna let go of her, right? Because she
Of
told
the
you to
harpy?
grab her.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
ready to kill the harpy.
Okay.
So yeah.
Roll an athletics check to continue to grapple her,
Okay.
and Imania roll either acrobatics or athletics with advantage because Pick is helping you to get loose.
It doesn't matter. They both suck.
I know. I'm sorry.
I got
I got to roll
19.
twice.
Yeah, he got a 19. Yeah.
I got a 13.
Boom boom.
You managed to pull out your dagger and point it at Raz, but as you do this, you were trying to loosen the harpy, and she is confused. The harpy is extremely confused. So she is looking at you and like, what? Oh, okay, and she's like trying to push off of Raz, but he is holding on for dear life.
Wait, do I see her pointing a dagger at me now?
She didn't stealthily do it, so yeah.
So then Raz is gonna realize he's under attack by two people, and I think he would let go of the harpy and pull his two swords out and basically Mexican standoff this thing, and point one sword at Emmy and one sword at the harpy, because he's like, hold on, like I've got two, so I would. I mean, if she's pointing a dagger at me, I'm like, wait, hold on.
Pick climbs on top of the bar and like points her foot over in the direction of you, Emmy, and she says, "What the fuck are you doing? What is happening? What is wrong with all of you?"
All right, all right. This is all quite enough. We have been rude to each other all day. Why have you drawn your weapons? And Iris is going full grandma.
I, for once, am not listening to Iris. I'm just staring at Raz now.
Right, what we're going to do is act civilly in this place and put away the weapons. And she looks at all of them. Can I do like a grandma, either persuasion
Intimidation?
or intimidation?
Yeah, I think you can roll an intimidation here.
All right, I don't know if I'm good
It's
at
up to
that.
everybody how it affects them.
That's fair.
Can I aid her? Can I help her with this intimidation by
Out comes Grandpa's belching
Garnet?
stick.
Well, what happens is Garnet makes a breeze, like as she's saying it, like a breeze flows through the room at them. It's just strong enough to ripple cloth and like stir up dust and stuff. Close or open any shutters or doors that aren't locked or fastened, but it'll be like as she's saying all that.
Amazing.
Okay. So roll intimidation with advantage.
Cool. All right, let's go. Okay, this is bad.
That's a 4.
Wow.
And that's a 4. You actually hear as the breeze hits everybody, you hear Guzman go, "Oh, sorry guys, that was me. I've been holding that one for like 20 minutes."
Undercuts it. Oh, that's
And it just like completely takes the wind out of, literally, I guess, the wind out of the room. You do hear Bast turn to everyone and say, Imania, I do have a bleeding woman on this table. Could you perhaps help me finish this? Deal with whatever the fuck this is after, but she
I stow
could
the dagger
die
and I-
still.
I stow the dagger and I come back in. To finish up
You
what I'm
stirred
doing.
up so much, and then
But
you
I give
turn
him
around
a
like,
look.
"Okay, I'm done."
I give Raz a very specific look of, I will deal with you later.
Well, I still have
Um,
two swords out, so as she
No,
moves
he's
out
sitting
of
there with his
range, I
sword in
guess
his
I
hand
just
and
put
no
him
party to
towards the
go get.
harpy.
Kaida and Redvald, Tarvin has walked over to your table and he's like, I thought they were gonna fuck originally, but I'm starting to think that maybe all of them hate each other and maybe we should leave. And he actually hands back your roll, Kaida. He's picked it up and carried it over to you.
I'm gonna take a bite out of that. Cause same, bro. I thought they were gonna fuck too.
I'm not sure how their anatomy works, if it's, cloaca in nature, and maybe he also has one. But, I mean, I would read it. I maybe illustrate it. And he just like starts to like like he starts to sketch in his little book that he has, like, you know, figure drawings of how they might mix together if they had
Making
cloacas.
his own fan fiction. Oh, love it.
He's just trying to figure out the anatomy of it. It's less about the romance and more about the like, how does this work? And Redvald, he hands you a plate of food.
Thank you. I'm a little confused. Not about that. Whatever he choose, that's his business. I don't need to get involved in whether or not they are anyways, I can't leave while things are tense. Why are they fighting, Kaida?
Something centuries old fight, but really, I think they're gonna make up.
She's determined.
But also, Raz, you gotta have both of those swords out. She just got feet. I feel like this is one-sided.
You seen those feet? There's 2 of them.
Someone's gonna lose a toe, and the pun is intended.
Hang on, I'm typing in the word lake duck penis into my search because of what Tegan put into our chat. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's gonna put you on a list somewhere.
I'm already on a list. Is he okay?
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why I know that, but unfortunately.
Why do you know
I
this?
The fact that you know the unspiraled length is wild. I know as a corkscrew, I
wait.
didn't bother to learn.
It's a
the
down
rest
under
of
thing, you know?
it.
What is that in
Argentinian-
inches?
Oh fuck.
I'm sorry.
I started something by
You
writing.
have
I
it,
did
you
not
have-
need to think about whether he
I
Raz
am
was hung like a
easily
lake duck.
distracted by spiral dicks, apparently. I'm so sorry.
I think it'd be close to just 2 inch. I don't know. I don't know your silly. I don't know your silly imperial system.
It says 42 centimeters. That's 2 inches? That can't be right.
No.
Is it?
I'm
No,
fully wrong. That's over
It's
2.
bigger
it's
than a
2
couple inches. The
it's
really
like 2
fun
feet.
thing is that
Wait.
the complementary
over a
anatomy
foot.
is also corkscrewed, but in the other direction because there's a lot of you know.
It's
boy.
16.5 inches if you wanted to know.
Huh.
Okay, just over a foot. Yeah.
And it's spiky? Why? Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. We gotta
Yeah,
cut
hold
all
on.
of this.
Yeah.
Ducks suck. They're bad.
Ducks
Oh
and
my God.
I
dolphins.
started
What if
something.
something
I
just takes off?
apologize,
Don't like 'em.
everybody.
It's like slamming it in a car door. What's he gonna do
Ducks
if
and
it leaves?
dolphins. Oh boy.
Anyway,
Sorry, I didn't mean to cast any aspersions on Raz, though.
Back into this
I did
very
not start
intense
this.
moment where they're fighting.
Uh,
Pick is in fact like standing on top of the bar. She's got her wings up so she can try to get away from you if she needs to, and she's pointing one of them at you as if it's a
Mhm.
dagger. Like she has
Right.
very large like talons, so they're hooked, and
Hence
she's
why I
pointing
have
it at
two
you.
swords
She's
pointing
gonna try
at
to
me.
stab you. Yeah.
What happened to the
Um,
gem we pulled out? That I
Is
say
it
we.
just
I
on the
pulled out.
table?
you have pulled it out, so it is kind of up to you where you put it, or if you're holding it or not.
Well, I just used both hands, so I would have had to put it down at some point.
It just falls
Chances
to the
are,
ground.
I had handed it to, God, what's his name? Really bad at names right now.
Bast or
Right.
red?
Bast. No,
Bast.
the one who's helping. Yeah, it's Bast that's helping with the
The
surgery.
god.
Yeah.
The god, yeah.
So I would have handed
Bast
it to him.
would have literally just put it like next to his supply of like, because he has a like leather thing rolled out with scalpels and different medical devices, and he would just take it and go okay and put it like on the side of there as if it's like been removed, you know, like an organ or something that's being removed and set to the side. And he looks at you and says, all right, let's get her sealed up and you can deal with whatever the fuck that was after. All of you very clearly need a rest, so perhaps we rest in the either downstairs or in my office upstairs after we finish this very entertaining surgery.
Let's just get this done.
And he's gonna take his time. Yeah,
I
he's
do
gonna
have a
take his time
question.
stitching it up.
I have.
Yeah.
I have the Cloud's scimitar out and my normal longsword.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I bring that up is because she is a harpy, and you mentioned this is a harpy, possibly a harpy weapon. Would that have grabbed her attention at all?
You have seen this type of design, and the fact that they tend to use scimitars that are like attached to one of their legs.
Right.
Kind of like, I hate to use this as a reference point because it's terrible, but Elden Ring, the birds that have swords in it, if you played that part of the castle with where the birds have swords attached to their feet, it's like that.
Okay.
It's a
I just
deep
like
pull
that
for anybody who
sentence.
hasn't played Elden Ring. I'm sorry. But effectively, like they wield scimitars by attaching them to one of their legs, and they're able to like swing it at people. She does not react to the weapon that you're holding, though.
Okay,
She
good.
doesn't seem
Just
to
making sure.
care about it. Yeah.
Beryl sidles over to, I think, Tarvin and says, I did warn you, you might need that spell again. Do you have it prepared?
He looks at you and says, I can do it one more time. Do you want me to just hit everybody with the thing and see what happens, or?
Oh, yes,
Are they
please.
still
Me
like
first.
poised to fight Raz and
Yee.
Harpy?
I think so.
Fight or fuck, we're not 100%
I mean,
sure
Raz
yet.
isn't putting his sword down until she shows that she's not going to be aggressive.
Okay.
He just kind of
I mean,
points at the two
noticing
of them.
that, I think he's just gonna. I mean, I think calm emotions is a whole ass range, so he's just gonna like use it on everybody. So I need a. I've got to pull up his stat block. You guys are making me use my NPCs. 20 foot. That's gonna get everybody. I need everybody to make a charisma saving throw, please. DC is only 13, but
Let's just all get a little blissed out, guys. Let's just
Yeah.
chill together, right?
That's a 24 for me.
I got
Wow.
Amy's fine. Raz saves against it.
Ah, damn.
Iris gets 16.
I think everybody but Raz. failed.
Redvald, Beryl, Kaida, y'all are all much chiller now. Technically, the
You mean
effects,
the
just so
chill
you know.
people who didn't need to be calmed down?
the intensity of the room.
It says if the creature fails a saving throw, choose one of the following two effects. You can suppress any effect, charmed or frightened. No. Alternatively, you can make a target indifferent about creatures of your choice that it is hostile towards. So he was intending to try to make the two parties not hostile to each other. The problem is that the ones he got already weren't. Except, let's see if Pick saves. Pick got a nat 1. So
Hey.
Pick immediately like puts her foot back down, jumps off the back of the bar, sits in one of the chairs behind it, and kind of like leans back and puts her feet up on the table, and like starts kind of just messing with stuff underneath the bar and kind of chilling and trying not to worry about you anymore.
Raz is just going to be kind of confused because it didn't hit him. And
No,
just stand
you
there
know there
for
was a
second
spell
and-
cast on you, but
Yeah, and slowly put his weapons away when he realizes that she's actually not gonna be aggressive now. And then he's gonna look at Emmy and kind of be pissed that she kind of stirred a lot of stuff up and pointed a dagger at him. So
Sorry.
he's gonna try to figure out what's going on, but not aggressively. He's gonna let them take care of stuff.
Bast looks at Ren and says, "Ren, will you take Scarlet up to the office, please, to lay down in the bed up there, please?" And Ren walks up and helps between Red and Ren. They manage to get Scarlet upstairs, so they're going to be gone for just a minute. As not him, just these. Okay, well, whatever. They're all gone. And then Bast is not technically gone, so he stays here. And then Bast looks at the group and he says, "Clearly, all of you need rest, but perhaps you could talk about your differences before we actually discuss the real problem that we came here to discuss. So sort it out while you eat food. I'll be back in about 15 minutes, and then we should probably talk about what happened in the world below." And then he starts to walk upstairs after the other two.
Right. We set a real 15-minute real world timer.
It's what'll really happen is an hour and a half of game time will
That's
go
what
by
I
while y'all
mean.
talk for
3
15
sessions
minutes.
later.
We need a
So
professional
we've worked out all
therapist.
the geopolitical issues.
Real quick, Raz is gonna do like kind of a gesture to Guzman about bringing him drinks, and then he's gonna kind of sit over here near Redwald, since he owes him at least some kind of beverage, and then that's gonna be it for Raz as long as Red's good.
Yeah, I think Iris will have the drink that she got with Beryl, make sure Beryl has his, and kind of check on him with how he's doing and everything. But yeah, and then creating like almost a circle by dragging the chairs so we can all sit at one table. And yeah, she's just doing that. So now everyone can sit around the same table and they have to be close.
Anyone who is taking a second shot of this brackish alcohol does need to make a con save.
Let's go.
Also,
had
Red's
a
never
few.
had one, so
What? Why
No,
am I
so
holding my liquor?
Raz
so
just
well?
handed Redvold a drink, so
yes.
That's a
we're
9 for
drinking
me,
together.
Cotton.
The first one
18.
you're fine. Emmy, you are beginning to feel the effects of this
Shit,
alcohol.
yes.
You have
Bring on the
advantage on
bad
charisma.
decisions.
You have advantage on all charisma checks and disadvantage on dexterity and strength for the next
Fun.
hour.
Does my dwarven resilience come into play? It's advantage on saves to avoid or end a poisoned condition.
Yeah, I think it applies to alcohol because it is just more fun that
I
way.
usually like
So
to
yeah,
think it does too, yeah.
anytime you do that, roll with advantage for me. Yeah.
Did I?
But until you
didn't
have
hit
two, it's not even a
advantage.
concern.
There we go. Oh well.
I think this is
I had
the
a. I mean, I've
second.
had a couple. This is my second one of these. Plus
Above
an
a
ale.
10 is. Yeah, above a 10 is kind of all you need right
Yeah.
now, so you're fine.
Nice.
It'll get higher if you keep drinking, but for right now that's enough.
I
So you're
rolled
not feeling
10.
it quite yet. Iris is fine. Iris is knocking him back.
She's
It's
rocking it.
crazy. And Emmy is now flushed. Raz, you're
And I'm
fine. for now,
staring at
too.
Raz.
Okay. Yeah,
There.
you're on my list right now, so you might want to be careful.
Same, buddy, same.
Miss Pickett
Guzman
is-
brings over some more food, and he also brings over some more, like a whole nother, like entire tray of drinks, which is like ale, shots. It's just a whole assortment. He's like,
Amazing.
I think you guys just kind of need this. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I'm gonna give you guys this whole tray. And if you need like a bottle or something, this is all on the house. As a quick reminder, you can have all this. Anyway, goodbye.
and he walks back
Thank
over.
you.
Emmy
Thank
grabs
you,
another
Alicia.
shot and just downs it. Just
Nice.
Guzman is my favorite.
Roll again.
What's the harpy stand again? Is it?
Pick?
Pick.
That's a 3, sir.
Oh,
Oh man.
Yeah. You
I
were
love it.
you were now afflicted by the poison condition, so you have disadvantage on a lot of things.
Sweet.
I love it.
Sweet.
But you still have advantage on charisma.
like
know.
bad decisions.
Kaida's just thrilled that we're
For
like
now.
all sitting around the table together and there's food and she's grabbing it and eating it and she's like, see, much better. No
Yes.
stabbing, no feathers flying, just nice, peaceful tavern full of very reasonable people. She
She
looks
says
at Emmy and
feathers
Raz.
flying, and
Miss
Raz
Pick,
gives her a
could
dirty
you come
look.
join us? And Iris will beckon.
Did you say that to Pick?
Yeah. Just come
Um,
sit here, dear. And she'll pat beside her. That is the at least 2 people away from Raz.
Well, now I've got Emmy and Pick right next to me.
You can move.
You
It's
watch
a happy
I probably will.
sandwich.
It's a happy
you watch as
sandwich.
Pick leans back and pulls her, talon-like foot up behind her ear, into her hair, and pulls out a small, what appears to be a small cigarette like roll. Leans back, lights it in the fireplace behind her, puts it in her mouth, and then stands up and walks over by you.
Fuck, she's so cool.
Right, I'm just like
Don't smoke,
unabashedly
kids,
watching her with her
but fuck,
toes doing
she's
all
so
of this.
cool.
When they welcome her over, Raz is just gonna come over and like sit. Is this table able to be sat at? Or-
Yeah, these are. I imagine that these are on because you can see the stairs here at the bottom. This is like
Oh,
an
okay.
upper level. It's not
Well,
that
then
high.
he's just
it's
gonna
like,
go
it's
to
like
this
2 feet
table
up.
and- Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
wait. Yeah. Well, then he'll jump the railing and sit
Okay.
over here.
Yeah, it's maybe
All
3
purpose.
feet tall.
Proximity,
his
man.
shoulder
Yeah, she
blades
sits
as he
down and
tries
she
to
doesn't
go
seem to
over it.
care at all.
He will probably try to do a little flight thing and realize he can't and just Like almost like he stands on his tiptoes for a second and then goes right back down and just hops over. Yeah.
You hear her over her cigarette or whatever it is she's smoking say, "Having trouble." She's kind of like takes a long drag off the thing.
He just gives her a dirty look, and he refuses to talk to either one of them right now. He's
All
pouting.
right. Well, he pouts
So-
over there. Let's
What time of
unpack
day?
this.
Sorry.
I just had a conversation with my patron and reported what we were up to. Is there something that you should be telling me? What's been going on?
Well, we cut that black gem out of Scarlet, the one that the mushrooms or
Oh,
whatever
good.
denizens down there put in her. I resonated with it, and it was bad. It was all darkness and hunger and feasting. Yeah, I don't quite know what to make of it. Hopefully Bast will be able to tell us, but other than that, it's just... And he just sort of gestures at Raz and Pick and shrugs.
Yes. Miss Emmy, why don't you explain your little outburst over there?
The stone is bad.
We got
Real bad.
that.
Yep.
I
Stone's
feel like
bad.
this is an understatement.
I meant more about the interpersonal relationships.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Exactly what's going on. Because I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't know what to believe. It's got something to do with him, and something to do with her. Hmm. Yeah, that's about it.
Thank you, dear.
Very succinct.
You're welcome.
We can circle back to that. Redvolt, how was your chat with Leonin? Was it?
Yes, Leonin.
How did that go?
Straightforward. He just wanted to know what we had done down there, what our final trial was like, what it involved. I told him as best as my recollection was.
And did that
Mushroom
have anything
people.
to do with then she kind of like wink wink nudge nudge. Did that have anything to do with our last little bit of activity?
I'm sorry, I'm not connecting the dots there.
I think Iris would be like,
Apparently you
yes.
fucking killed
Wink, wink,
someone.
nudge,
That
nudge,
part.
yes. Oh, or that, yeah.
Oh,
That bit.
oh yeah. My patron asked for a full report, so I told him everything, including that I killed that person.
I
That
think Iris
cultist.
would just full on facepalm. But she wouldn't say anything else. She'd just be like, all right.
We did see the village of the mushroom people, though. That was kind of cool. That was cool, Beryl, wasn't it? The mushroom people.
Yeah, very cool. It was, they were through the portal. It was, sunny.
It was nice. The sun's nice.
I love Drunk Emmy so much.
You see,
That was good.
you see at this point, Guzman is like cleaning glasses and trying to just like look at the table and not engage anybody in eye contact.
Oh.
Pick has her head leaned all the way back with the cigarette just like poking straight up in the sky, like she looks dog tired. And Tarvin, it seems really interested to hear more about this portal, and he leans into Beryl and starts asking about what did the portal look like? Was it I saw something before I ran. And he starts asking for like details about what it looked like as you guys are kind of continuing to converse.
Yeah, well, it was as though it was one portal, but it was bifurcated by some sort of piton right in the middle. So one half was green, one was purple. The green half led to something very cold. I didn't actually stick my head through that, and he just goes on and on like that.
He's like taking notes. As soon as you start talking about the thing that was splitting it, he's like, "Oh, that's all right. Let me write that down." Bast comes walking back into the room and seeing like it is relatively peaceful in here. Says, "Oh, good. Well, I was concerned I would have to kick you all out of my pub after I was worried for your lives. So that's good. Grand. Quick question, everyone. How much do you know about the church?"
Oh, good fuck all. I
Which
think.
one? There's lots. I know a lot about churches.
Well, I grew up worshipping Bor, the Smith god. I don't really know all that much about the church, as you're referring it to.
Oh, we're talking
Okay.
about the church, capitalized.
Right, the big one. Big C church.
Is that the one with the big spire on top? Or the windows?
Among many other buildings they have across this plain, yes, the spiral tower is theirs.
The guy we
Right.
killed down below, he was part of the church, right?
Aye, he appeared to be.
Yeah, and
Oh, that might be
maybe
why
we
the
shouldn't
knights
talk
were
about that
angry.
quite so.
Don't you
The
want the
what?
face?
Some knights showed up and they looked really angry, but we had to go fast.
Yes, we did.
He like
search.
begins to look confused. Knights of what?
I didn't quite recognize the order.
They
were
had
from.
armor.
Can anyone draw the sigil? That the
Iris
sigil. I always say it wrong.
saw it, but didn't recognize it. Could she still draw the?
Yeah, I think so.
And-
Roll a history check just to see how well you recall it. So that'll kind of inform how well he can determine
After
what
the
you're
shots,
drawing.
Was
girl.
it the same sigil
believe
that
in you.
was on his holy symbol,
12.
Bandage Daddy's holy symbol, or is it a different sigil?
So
Bandage
no, the holy symbol he had was the holy symbol of Toa, which is a pretty universal. Like it's almost like a slanted T, within a circle. He not like
Terrible.
a Tesla. No, not that
No.
bad. It doesn't look like that. It's like a circle with a almost like a cross in the middle, but it doesn't bifurcate, so it's like this, where it's at like an angle. So that was the holy symbol he had. The order on there that with a 12 when you draw it, Bass begins to look at it and he's like, I'm not sure if I. Oh shit.
That sounds
Who
bad.
have you all told about this? Anyone?
Wait, just the one.
No one. We came here. We left in a hurry, and that felt like we were running away from someone. When aren't they supposed to be good guys?
Oh,
Well,
darn!
good
There's
is
no
relative.
good guys.
I told my
I'm sorry.
patron Leonin.
He like freezes for a second. He starts kind of looking around and goes, "Oh, fuck,
How bad is
You
it?
say
Fuck,
that
fuck,
word a lot.
fuck."
That
I
word.
do, yes.
That word. You have to be careful, because otherwise, you're gonna have your mouth washed out with soap. That's a bad word.
I pay for that. Look, I
Oh.
hang on.
Emmy looks real
Got it.
confused.
Bast accidentally sub in real lore as I go along. That was an accident, but it's happening now. He begins to look around and goes, okay. Maybe not a problem. It depends on. I don't know enough about Leonin's affiliations with. I'm just gonna tell you what I know. Deal? You all need to rest soon, so let me tell you what I know, and you are going to figure it out from there, all right?
Mm.
Because I don't fucking
Right.
know.
Okay.
And he
Yes.
he says, Anand, the first, the not your first, and he looks at you, Raz, and says, not your kind. What?
What?
Right.
Don't mind her,
Anand.
dear.
Is she okay?
She's
You just
better
did
than all of
surgery
us.
like a minute ago.
She's
I
doing
pulled
better
a
than
book
any
out
of
and
Slide
I'm
us.
her
like
some food.
taking notes.
Like,
Like
hey,
all
why don't you
doctors,
eat this?
immediately. The second she gets off shift, she just anyway.
Nerves.
He says Anand, the first god, the very first god, has been, like a lot of us, trying to find a way to make the world a better place. And for Anand, that means resurrecting Toa, bringing her back. Now, Toa is like a mother to many of us. I don't particularly agree that it's necessary to. It doesn't matter. I serve Anand. Anand believes there is some method to bring back Toa, and he's been searching for it. He found a lead that led him south to. It doesn't matter. I'll tell you, I guess, if it does. But he followed a lead. That's why I took over the trial. Before he left, he warned me very distinctly to be careful of the church, the order of the martyr. And what you have drawn here, and he holds up in front of you, Iris, the drawing, the symbol you've drawn. He says, "This is the order of the martyr." And I have a feeling that our friend in the first level of the well was a member as well. And if he was in fact a priest, and he was in fact aligned with the martyr order, then we are in some form of trouble, because they are the inquisitors of the church. They are the firebrands. They are the assassins of the church. And very rarely do they involve themselves in anything. So for you to have seen any of them is concerning. If Leonin knows, it depends on who he thinks is involved and whether or not they are a danger to him and whatever plans he has made. Redwald, did he tell you anything at all? Did he react in any way that... Was there anything that you felt was... Help me. He's like trying to get information out of you.
All I know is that Leonin has done right by me. I trust him.
Okay.
If you say that this is as bad as you describe, then I trust Leonin will do well with the information that I gave him.
Okay. All right. If you believe that he will... I don't... Leonin has the largest house, and therefore the most power. He is one of the most powerful beings in this new world, because he has such a large house. That is intentional. I don't generally trust power. It's a problem that I work through, okay? Money, power, too much of it, and things just start to fall apart. I am concerned with who his connections are and whether or not he has told them about it, because if he has, and anyone who is in the right group has heard, you will need to get out of Pilgrimage.
He does have a very nice house.
Yes, he does have a very nice house. It is helpful when you have thousands of heroes working for you. All right. Scarlet needs to rest. Red is a mess and needs mending. Does anyone know the spell, mending? I hope it's not a surprise that he needs it.
Sorry, who needs what?
Red is an automaton.
Ah.
He needs someone to cast mending on him.
I'm your man.
Okay, all right. Could you head upstairs to the office and see to Red? He needs some general maintenance, I believe. Who would you say each of you trust the most in your group?
Iris.
Beryl?
Iris.
Grandma Iris.
Iris, he walks up to you and hands you a small cat figurine.
Oh,
and he says,
thank you, dear.
"Keep this if you need anything." I'm sorry to have to say this, but say nya nya at the cat figurine,
Oh,
and Rin will be
no.
able to hear you.
Sure.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's
What's
don't
that?
say it. Don't look at it when you have to look at it when you say it. Don't say it now, or she'll hear you.
Yes.
Only those of us in the Wait, no, it came out through the whole thing, didn't it?
I
Oh,
didn't
God,
even
okay.
hear it. Was it the?
You didn't?
Oh, you might have to do it again.
It should count as Discord audio for the stream.
There you
Oh,
go.
oh God, help
Oh,
me.
I might have those emotes muted because my friends abuse
Uh,
them on every other server I'm
Fair.
in.
You know what?
That's
Thank you for letting us
wise,
hear it
wise
twice.
decision. As he hands you that, he tells you that if you say nya nya at the cat figurine and you look at it, Rin will be able to hear you if she's available. And he explains that the way this works is it's like a sending stone basically. You're able to communicate one way with Rin. She has certain abilities that allow her to move people and communicate across space. Some of them are more invasive than others. The cat figurine it being one of the least invasive. And he says, Rin, despite her very laid back and carefree attitude, is also incredibly paranoid, as you may not have noticed. But if you look, and he looks down at the doorway, and there are 4 cats sitting in the doorway, just sitting side by side, staring at you guys. And he says, she likes to keep an eye on everything at all times. It's why she's a little spacey. She is in a lot of places all at once. Redwald, do you know who the champion of Leonin is?
I hope it's me.
Redwald, will you roll a religion check? I love that you said that, by the way.
Okay.
While he's doing that, Emmy immediately gets up and goes and squats near the cats to try and pat one.
They are looking at you as if they're looking at a TV with static on. They're just staring at you just no eyes moving, no blinking. They're just
Gentle pats.
completely faced.
Just totally.
With a
Redfall
5.
5.
Yeah, you're not familiar with this terminology. You're not familiar with what he's talking about. He begins to explain that effectively most gods have one, sometimes they have 2 champions. It is the person they have bestowed the most power they have on them. And he says, Rin is one of the few followers of Felix, and she is his champion. It is why she is incredibly beneficial to have around. She is able to be in many places at once, communicate to multiple people at the same time, and sometimes relatively accurately predict the future. So she is a benefit to my enterprises and to Anon's. With that in mind, I believe all of you need rest, but I will leave you with my biggest concern is that many people want this world to be different, right? Many people want the world to shape to their own wills and whims. I don't know what the Church Order of the Martyr wants, but what I do know is that it seems like they were lodging these gems into the chest of people from our world and turning them into creatures that look like monsters from the world below. I don't know what that means. I don't care for it. But it has me concerned if they know that you know that, and that I know that, or that anyone knows that, what are they going to do? And he again kind of starts to look very nervous.
Don't worry, Bast. We will take care of ourselves, and we will do the right thing. Won't we, Raz?
Yeah, I guess so. He's
It
still
sounded
pissy
like
at
you were
Emmy.
eating, and I loved that.
I am actually. I literally just took a bite of
He's
popcorn.
method.
That's why I growled. I was like, of course. But yeah, but he is still pissy at Emmy, so he's still not sure how committed to this group he is yet.
Before Bass leaves, he'll just kind of in passing say, I hope that Anon's trip is safe. He found an artifact that is dangerous to gods, and It's actually south of where you're from, Raz, and I hope that he is safe and not in trouble because we could use him back to deal with whatever this is. And then he starts to go upstairs. You guys are welcome to
Just a
continue to
moment.
talk or whatever you want to do. Sorry.
Sir,
Yeah.
just a moment. So you
Sure, sure.
mentioned
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this, the martyr folk. They're part of Capital T Toa Church, correct? They're like
Mm. Yes.
the knife hand of them. Do they know what Anand has gone out to do? Are they in support of it, or bringing their god back?
I am. The best way I can describe it is that the Order of Hope is the largest order in the church. They believe that we should strive forward in whatever way we can to build the world anew, make it better. There are others within the Church of Toa who believe that the world needs a reset. They believe that the world needs to be managed by gods again, or managed by whatever, this Council of Six, or there are those who believe that, charity is the way of building the world, and kindness, and they manage those things. The very little that I know about the Order of the Martyr is that they believe that Toa's sacrifice was necessary, and that whoever did it to her is the key to changing the world. And that is all that I know about them. And I make it my business to know as much as I can about everything.
Okay. Well, that helped clear things up just a wee bit. Thank you, Past.
Bob Bast, is it
Sure.
safe for us to go back to the Well Divers? Is it safe for us to begin our duties as members of the guild? If what you say is true, and that's assuming we believe what you say is true, the Order of the Martyr is all over them. And where Beryl does still have his wits about him, I do want to potentially do like an insight check just generally on everything we've been hearing from Bast.
So I'll let you do. I think you can insight to find out how he feels about it, or history check to find out how accurate it sounds based on your own experience.
Oh, I mean, history's always going to be a better option for me.
I can do the alternate.
17.
Okay. Yeah, you can do an insight if you want to, Iris. I feel like you'd be watching him pretty
Yeah,
close
she's
anyway.
sizing him up. 16.
Okay. Wow. All right. Iris, the one thing that you notice that he seems the most. It seems like he's telling you the truth as far as he knows it. He also seems like he is. He's nervous, and especially every time he mentions Anand, and the part where he tells you where the direction that Anand was in, he seemed extremely nervous, as if like he shouldn't be saying that out loud. Beryl, your history check for the most part lines up with this. The thing that you find odd is that you've never heard of even with your very studied history, you've never heard of the Order of the Martyr. That is entirely new to you. I'll actually say, like, Spot with the 17, thinking about what he said, he mentioned an item that was dangerous to the gods. You've heard of something like that before. There was a story you'd heard about an artifact during the convergence that was basically poison to gods, something that could harm them. You don't know much else about it, but you had heard of something like that existing during the convergence.
Okay, and then I did ask him, too, like, if what he says is true, can we even trust the Well Divers? Can we go back there? Like, we just became, members of the I don't know what to call it, guild. I forget what our rank is called, but I mean,
You're you're the bronze shield of the Well Divers. You're the lowest rank currently, except for technically Raz has a silver shield, but it does not have his name on it. He looks and says, I think it's best that you rest here tonight, and I already have Rin, among others, just kind of watching to find out what's going on and whether or not it is I will do my best to protect you. I hope that Anand is back tomorrow and is able to maybe help elucidate some of this for us so we're able to figure out. He knows more than I do, so I'm hoping that he will be able to come and help us find a solution. But if not, I will do my best to ensure your safety and your protection. I don't think anyone would believe you are here, of all places. I can't imagine anyone would think you were at my pub. So find a comfy place to sleep, if you would like. I'm not going to make you stay, but if you would, you will be under my protection if you stay here, and I will do my best to guard you.
Alright.
Kaida pushes back her chair, grabs another chicken leg, stretches, and says, "Night, y'all."
Are there beds? Are there proper beds?
Bass looks over at you and he goes, "There's only one bed." No, I'm kidding. For
I'll
all of you,
shake
there's
it.
one
I
bed.
knew it was
Giant
enemies to
bed.
lovers.
King.
No, I'm kidding. There are two sleeper beds in the office upstairs. It is the same, functional size of this, so it has like, a working restroom. It has Bast's room, which he does not intend to share. Because he has Scarlett's currently in his room, effectively, is what's going on. Because Beryl will see that in a second. He has the two sleeper beds that are in his office alongside his bed, and like a functioning restroom and shower upstairs, which, Raz, you were still disgusting, by the way, so he will offer you to go take a shower if you'd like to.
I was gonna say I was waiting
There-
for everybody to talk about beds. I was gonna ask for a bath. So yeah.
There is a basement downstairs. It is down a spiral staircase that's over. We're going to say it's in this corner. That's not really what that looks like, but there's a spiral staircase that leads down over in the corner behind the bar where you can go down into the basement. It is basically just like a stock room, but there's a couple of bunk beds down there. And I don't mean bunk as in like stacked on two. I mean like bunk as in like cots, basically. Fungal stretchers, basically, down there.
Ah!
Redvold pulls out
everyone-
his fungal stretcher and lays down.
Amazing.
He just lays down right there. In the floor.
Hearing everyone say goodnight, Amy stands up and leaves. She go home.
Where are you going? Okay.
Home.
All right.
Okay.
Emmy
idea?
drunkenly begins to leave the bar.
Oh,
Back to
that's
her
probably
dorm.
not a good idea. She shouldn't.
Yeah,
go
where do
home
you-
alone.
Do you live on campus or do you live? Do you
No,
live in
we
your
have
house?
a we
Because
have
you
a
do have a
townhouse
place.
nearby the campus. Yeah. We,
No, when
well,
you
that's
say
the
we-
family
Let her
house.
go because she won't
The-
be
the
protected
family
by
home.
Bast.
The family home,
Okay.
You
The
don't
one
want
that
us to
nobody
meet
else is
your
in right now.
family?
apart from
Oh.
the housekeeper
Yeah.
and
okay.
her son. She lives
Just making
there.
sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Nobody else.
Does-
Everybody's missing. They're
She
all
doesn't
gone.
invite any of us
Oh.
to go with her.
That's up to her.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Emmy-
I'm
Emmy
giving her a
did-
time.
Do
I
you
don't
need a
really sneak
chaperone?
out. I don't know if she's in any state to sneak out, but she does stand up and leave.
Wandering. Iris was so
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba down
close
the way.
to going to the proper bed because she would have fought anyone because she's 80. She just wants to have a good rest. But right before she goes up, she sees Emmy like stumble out and she kind of turns back. She's, "We cannot let a young lady walk drunk home alone. If anyone
Raz
would like
stands
to
up to that.
join."
You made a noble suggestion, so Raz feels obligated to help now.
Hey,
Like,
Oh, we're
You're
about to have
right.
drunken fight, street fight.
and so Raz.
why do I think that Emmy is a fucking runner? Like, have you guys dealt with that? Drunk friends just
Yeah.
She's
Yes.
100% gonna jump a pylon or whatever
God.
outside. Yeah. She's
No,
gonna start playing
I've got
hopscotch with
I
those
can tell
stupid
you right now,
collars or whatever.
she's the I will argue and then burst into tears,
okay,
leaving
better
Raz
than a
going.
runner.
"Ooh."
Better than a runner. Oh dear God.
With that in mind, who all is taking Emmy home?
Iris will.
I'll go with them.
Okay. Okay.
She'll check in with Beryl before she goes. Gary, are you staying here for the night? I'll come back.
Yes, I'm staying here. I don't know how long it'll take with the with Red upstairs, but if I can help fix him, I'm gonna do so.
Yes, save me one of the beds upstairs, all right? I'm
I'll
trusting
try
you.
to. I'll stake a claim.
Good. Good son. Good lad. All right. All right. And then follow
Okay,
after
splitting the party. I love it.
Emmy.
Um,
I'm sorry.
as
You're good.
no, you're fine. How far from this? So again, like imagining the city is kind of like it's based around these kind of boroughs. You're just outside of like the immediate university borough. This is kind of the where you're starting to get like off-market bars and like some different bookstores and things like that. This is a
Yeah,
little bit quieter.
where the scholars and professors would atypically live in like
Mhm.
the what are they called? Style houses. I don't
It's like row
think they're
houses.
yeah, kind of like in the UK, like
Townhouses, brownstone.
kind of townhousey kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think that's pretty close to the university. I think it's just, walking back in the same direction you came from, and there's some homes over there that would make sense to be kind of traditionally like, professors don't want to. This whole area was kind of built up around Lastwall, and so the university being a piece of that, it makes sense that some of the earliest like homes were stuff like that. And your father was pretty well off.
Yeah.
As you move that way, I'm gonna let everybody who is staying here do anything they want to do quick, and we'll jump back over to Emmy. First, Beryl, roll a. Do you have any kind of tinkering or Arcana check you can roll for Red as you're working on him?
I have Arcana for sure, and then I assume it'll be like multiple castings of Mending that'll take like a minute, but
Yeah.
Arcana 13.
Okay. As you were mending him, you realize that he doesn't have a lot of damage to him. It looks like he may have gotten like he's got a good dent in the back of his head where he may have gotten bashed with something to like put him to the ground, and a few scrapes and scraps on him. There's a couple of like, as you're kind of having to work with him, you see how the intricate kind of like dials and gears work in his back and how they connect to his neck and his network. This like network that runs through him of like cables. Seems like it contains this kind of like fluid like substance that's white, and as you're cleaning that up, you patch up a few of those holes that were kind of leaking on different parts of him, and he's very appreciative of it and says, "Thank you so much. I'm going to stay awake next to Scarlet tonight and guard her. That is my job."
Great. Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Rin is also up there, but she's just like sitting there for right now.
I don't necessarily want to take a whole lot of time with this, but Beryl would, like, while he's working on him and like noticing these things, he would be curious enough to ask about, where did Red come from? Does he remember when and where and
Sure.
how he was manufactured? How long has he been alive for the most part, or for want of a better term? What all like he is built for, just all this kind of stuff.
Red will, as you're asking him, says, "I do not remember where I am, where I was born." He started to say like where I was built, and then he stops himself and says, "Where I was born, but I do know where Scarlet found me. Her mom found me in Hollowvale, the Grand City, just outside in an alley. I was a little bit busted up, and with some repairs and her magic, she was an artificer. She was able to repair me, and since then I have served her family, since Scarlet was a little thing." And he points down like maybe around like 5 or 6, you would assume, based on the height of where he puts his hand. And he says, "I have been serving her family since then, and Scarlet decided to become a well diver, so I am now a well diver." There's the Bast's bedroom is upstairs, which has an actual bed on it. For what it's worth, too, you know there is a. I think Tegan, you said out loud, right? Emmy said out loud that there was a snake person upstairs, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you have been alerted there is some kind of a snake humanoid upstairs. You have not seen it, and you've been in like these rooms are relatively open, but you have not seen a snake person anywhere.
It's a basilisk in the walls.
It's a basilisk in the walls. It sounds like they can't hear you very well on StreamSec. I'm not sure why. Because I can hear you fine.
I was over there while I was typing.
Oh.
Which is really weird because they're in the same house. You'd think that she could hear him at some point.
Nobody could hear what you said to me. That's weird. Okay, so he kind of explains that he seems to think of Scarlet as like his ward or like his little sister.
Mm-hmm.
It's not entirely clear what he thinks about her that way. Rin is trying to help like patch up the space. That one room is being reserved for Red overwatching Scarlet, and then there are two like basically like imagine them like fold out couches, but they're not really that because I don't know what the fantasy equivalent of that is. But he has an office with like, you know, these like Murphy bed like setups in his office where he can put them up and down.
I was thinking of futon.
And so they're
Fantasy futon.
futon's not a bad idea. But the two beds up there could easily fit two people each if you would like them to. They're basically like large doubles. And then there is a like separate kind of like lounge chair that you could sleep on. It wouldn't be as comfortable as a bed. And those are kind of the three spaces upstairs that are left to sleep in.
Yeah.
And you're aware that there are some kind of beds in the basement.
Yeah. He just, you know, he's going to like drop some of his stuff and maybe leave Garnet on one of the beds for Iris. But before he, you know, when he kind of finishes up with the mending and asking all of the questions about Red's history, you know, he kind of like gets a little quieter to Red and is just, is there anything that that you haven't shared about what happened down in the well? Were you sent down there with any ulterior motives? Did anyone talk to you or your team before you went down or after you came up? It seems like there's more going on than just an initiation test, don't you think?
Roll a persuasion check for me.
That's unlikely to go well.
You never know.
Persuasion. 8.
Okay. Red is not the hardest guy to persuade, apparently. He looks at you and says, I was asked to protect Scarlet. That was my mission. Tarvin was focused on other things, mostly magical stuff. Pick had her own reasons for going into the well. Something about avoiding responsibility with her tribe. Something about wanting to travel the world, not having to marry. Things like that. For me and Scarlet, I think it was more about we are broke. And since her mother passed, we have been traveling and not doing great. So well divers, a good, you know, option for us. But as far as being informed of anything else, we thought it would just be a normal trial. Clearly, the Goliaths did not feel that way. They had other plans because they jumped us, and then I guess also got jumped. Which,
indeed,
by the way, sucked. And he points to the like bump in the back of his head that you're actively fixing. And he's like, he clearly got bashed in the back of the head by something.
Yeah. Rightio. Well, my goodness, a forced marriage tropo in the episode 2. I've got to tell Iris about this.
I'm dying.
We've had so many tropes this episode. I love it.
Yeah. I've taken up more than enough.
A lot less kink. A lot less kink, a lot more tropes this episode. I like it. Okay, so anyone else downstairs who is not going, would you like to be doing anything before you go to bed?
So, Redfold, would like to spend some time practicing his newly unlocked skills, and it's just him doing a lot of meditating. He's now able to ritually cast Speak with Animals and Beast Sense, so he's going to be looking for any form of beast. Could be rodent, like
Kitty
cat,
cats?
just anything that he can practice communicating
Guzman?
with, and then beast sensing, seeing through their senses. Yeah.
Okay. You can, okay, when you be sense, can you throw that into the chat so I can see how it works? Because I don't know how that works, but that might be really fun to do.
I have it easier.
I can pull it up.
Okay. I got it right here. Beast sense. You touch a willing beast. For the duration, you can perceive through the beast's senses as well as your own. When perceiving through the beast's senses, you benefit from any special senses it has. So I can't control the beast when I do a beast sense. I just want to know what it's like to now see from the perspective of something very small.
Okay. Do you the cats in the doorway have not left. So you could do them. They don't appear to be going anywhere. You can try to find a mouse or something if you'd like to too. It's up to you.
Cat's perfectly fine. It's I don't need it for anything, like I'm not investigating with them. It's just practicing these new skills that I have.
Imagine if you
no,
actually squashed one of these characters.
Oh no!
Oh my
Don't do that.
I know I'm saying next it.
So here's the thing about the description that it has in the 2024 thing is when perceiving through the beast senses, you benefit from any special senses it has. Here's the thing. When you go and cast beast sense on this cat, Redvald, your senses are immediately overwhelmed. It's like looking through a spider's eyes. You see yourself through all 4 sets of these cat's eyes in front of you. You see Imania walking down the street and darting between like little spaces as Imania is moving along. You are watching from the rafters above you. You are looking down on Kaida and Tarvin and Pick. You are somewhere very sandy. You have no fucking idea where that is. You are in somewhere that's very cold. It is immediately extremely overwhelming as you realize you were seeing through the eyes of maybe dozens of cats.
That's sick as hell.
So every cat is the same cat, and I'm seeing everything. Okay. So Redfold would have used Speak with Animals first to get permission from the cats, but then immediately afterwards, thank you, little one. I think that's more than enough for tonight. Oh,
all 4 of the cats that you spoke to as you did that all nod in unison at you.
So great.
Thank you.
Don't give me a cat, god damn it! I'll make it funny. I'll make it do crazy shit.
I love
okay.
Now touched the mind of cat god, brat god.
Yeah.
All right, Kaida, you're staying here. Are you doing anything before you go to bed?
No, she's really looking forward to her like rest time because she's got like half health.
Yeah, a lot of you are pretty messed up.
For
Okay.
a second,
Pick's
I thought
gonna
you
go to
said
sleep.
Raz time, and I was like, what?
We can't have that many tropes in one episode.
I know. I was like, where'd that go?
Pick is gonna fly up to the rafters in the ceiling and lay back against one. She likes to be elevated, so she's gonna lay back in the thing. And she actually looks down in Raz, you left, right?
Yeah, I'm with them.
Okay. As you were leaving, she would have flown up to the rafters and like looked down in your direction as like a, go fuck yourself kind of look she gives you as you're leaving. Tarvin's gonna go downstairs and just go sleep in the basement. He doesn't give a shit. Anybody else in here? Bast is upstairs. Yeah, Bast is upstairs. He would have gone upstairs. I think that's it. Okay. So Iris, Raziel, and Emmy, you are walking toward your home. Emmy, you're trashed, so you have disadvantage on everything except for charisma, and you're trying to get home. I need you to make some kind of check to get home. Survival, history, or you can ask people, but you're gonna be you'll have advantage on asking people, but
Survival.
nothing else. All right, roll that again because you do have disadvantage right now on wisdom.
Roll better. That was great. That's
It's a
a
5.
5. Woo!
You guys get the feeling that Emmy does not know the direction her home is in at first, because she starts walking like the direction you were coming from in the school, and then she accidentally starts walking down an alley.
We
That
get
like
3
side
right
shuffle thing where
turns.
she's like,
Yes. Yes.
while you
Teaching.
guys are out, I want Raz, will you roll a D100 for me?
Oh, yeah.
I have 6 HP right now. I need a nap.
42.
I know you do. Okay.
I hope that's good.
Sorry.
What's your passive perception, Iris?
15.
As you guys are continuing to move the wrong direction at first, eventually, after what feels like a little over an hour,
Cool.
Imania manages to get you guys to the correct home. Emmy, do you want to describe what your home looks like?
It is a 3-story red brick building. Very much townhouse on the corner. You can see that it's got very architectural windows. Through the windows, you can see that there is clearly a lot of library books and things like this. There's like 3 steps into a little porch, I guess, entrance area, and she kind of like staggers up. There is neatly well maintained like little bushes out the front. It's not a very big garden or anything like that, but yeah, it's kind of a long building. It looks narrow, but it's long, essentially. She staggers up. There's stained glass window above the door. You watch as she's like fumbling for her keys.
As you're fumbling for the keys, you hear the door open because I'm assuming y'all are not very quiet.
Yes. No, I drop the keys. I'm shit. I bend
Bonk
over.
your head on the door.
I'm trying to bonk my head on the door. Then I'm sitting there like looking real close at the keyhole, like trying to.
Yeah. The door opens and go ahead.
Moses just looks at Raz with pain.
Yeah.
Iris
Raz
has
is
been
not
here.
amused.
It's been about 50 years since I've been here, but I've been here.
80 years and I'm spending my life doing this too, and this right. Who knows how much time I
Hold her hair
I get
back.
to
You
do
know how to
this.
do it. This is what you signed up for. Come on. As you start to really fumble around, you hear the door open, and your housekeeper is opening the door and invites you in. If you would like to have any interaction with anybody before you go in, they'll effectively like lock the door behind you and let you go up to sleep, get you maybe
Hello,
some water. and
hello,
some-
Mrs. Barden. I brought friends. I have friends.
Hello,
This is-
dear.
This is Iris. She's really nice. Very spry, but very, very nice. And this is Raz. Not sure if I like him yet, but he's a very naughty boy.
He gives her a side eye, then looks at whoever she's introducing us to and just goes, "Madam," and that's it.
Do you want me to describe her, or you want to describe?
Yeah, no, please describe her. I had to pull up all the notes.
Me too. Don't worry. That's what I'm doing too.
It's like, hang on,
Because
I'm
I'm
finding my notes.
I vaguely know, like, I know what she vaguely looks like. I get, she says, like, she does. Do I? Do I know what she's the housekeeping looks like? Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do. She looks. She is a human. She's like 5'9", 5'10". She's got white hair. She is clearly not as old as Iris, but she is you can see that she's a very kindly lady, but she does have a stern look on her face, like she's used to dealing with shenanigans, basically. She is very well dressed in like a white blouse that is has like a brooch at the throat kind of thing. But yes, she's just got this beleaguered look on her face that she's done this before more times than she would care to admit. She's probably in her 70s ish.
Yeah. She looks at the two of you and says, Thank you for bringing Amadia home. Do you need money for a ride home? Do you need somewhere to stay? And
They
she's
can
like
stay
already.
here. They
She's
can
like
stay
ushering
here.
you in as you're talking, Emmy. Emmy, she's like, go to your room. Go to your room. We're gonna talk in a minute. Go to your room. Have you taken your vitamins?
Is Barty home?
Did you?
I
No,
have
Barty's not
stories
here.
to tell Barty. Why is
No,
Barty not home?
he's
Is he?
you know he's been doing his apprenticeship. He's been working nights. It's fine.
Oh,
They've got him working a lot right now, but he'll be okay.
oh, yeah.
Please go. Did you take your vitamins today?
Yes, this morning before the challenge, I took the vitamin and there are lots of. We killed a mushroom.
I am so sure you did, dear. Please go to bed. Please go to bed.
It was
Can-
black everywhere. I'm surprised I didn't get any on my clothes, but
Okay.
I thought you would
She
be mad
opens
if I
the
got it on my
door.
Good night,
clothes.
dear.
She opens the door further, puts her arm around Emmy, and says, "Just come in for a second. I'll get her upstairs." And she begins walking Emmy like up the stairs of this like row house, this like a townhouse upstairs to her room. You guys can leave or stay. It's up to you. But she opens the door for you to come in if you would like to.
Ah, it's rude to decline an offer.
Oh,
We'll
come in,
pop
come in,
for a
please
finish
come
and
in.
then we'll
The
go
house
back.
is very empty at the moment. Normally, it's not this empty, but well, it's been getting emptier, and now
Raz,
it's just me and Mrs. Budden.
Raz
Oh.
politely asks her if she can point him to a bath. She's like, I just need a bath.
Oh,
and-
I have.
That's
She-
fair.
This woman looks at you, and she has like, incredibly neatly done hair for the end of the day. Her like
Mm.
white hair is up in the back, and she's still very neatly dressed, as if she's been waiting for Amadia to return, maybe longer than just one day. And there's a little bit of anxiety on her face as she looks at you and says, "Mushroom, I take it on you. Okay. There's a bath just down the hall, on the right. There's also a study that you are not to go into, and there is a bedroom on the left that you can go into and sleep if needed. Madam," and she looks at you, Iris, and she says, "I am Opal Barden. It seems there's been a handful tonight. Are you okay?"
Thank you for asking, dear. Lovely to meet you, Oprah. Yes, we definitely had a long day with the well divers, but things are all good now. I have a friend waiting for me back where we came from, but I appreciate
Good.
your hospitality.
Okay.
Emmy appears at the top of the stairs. I glare at Raz. Don't you go into my sister's rooms. I've got my eye on you.
He can sleep in Barty's room tonight if he needs to. Go upstairs now.
Good night, dear Emmy.
Ethan's mom
Iris,
voice is on point.
Yeah.
Iris, as you say goodnight, Emmy, you look out of the corner of your eye and you see a white robe move around an alley behind you.
Fully step in and just kind of close the door as he looked it over the shoulder.
Iris is like, well, I guess I'm fucking stuck here now.
Your passive perception and their very poor roll has made it very clear that someone in a white robe is doing a very bad job of hiding around an alley down behind you. It seems they may have followed you here.
Okay. Yeah, she'll kind of pop in, close the door, and she'll immediately like look for a window to like peek out and see if she can catch whoever is hiding. via the window.
Roll a perception check. I'm going to give you advantage on this just because I think you already know the direction he's in or she's in.
Let's do this.
Yeah, whatever. We got rated.
Nat 20, 25.
Ooh, a
an
natural
advantage.
20?
And then a 19.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Cool.
Okay. First of all, Opal Barton, the woman who has been speaking to you, is like has already thrown a towel at like she very deftly and very quickly has like organized things. So as you're walking in the hall, Raz has thrown a towel at you all ready to go down and take a bath. She has already looked back up at Emmy and said, "Get into bed now. Now. Do not
There's
make
some
me say it
troubles at this
again.
age, aren't they?
They are the worst. You should have seen her sisters." Anyway, and then she looks over at you, peeking out the window. And she's like, what's wrong?"
Oh, no, don't worry. I just think we've got a bit of a tale.
Does
Um,
Raz notice any of this, or am I gone?
I'm assuming you booked it for the bath. If you want to say like you hung back, that's cool. I'm okay with that.
Well, I mean, if this didn't happen right away, then he would have gone. I just wanted to know what the timing was, because if she says a tail, he's immediately gonna perk up and be like, "Wait." And
I mean,
so
I
just
think
wanna know.
what's your passive perception? Because I don't think you're being particularly quiet about this, Iris.
I'm keeping the voice down just because it's like a sleeping house, and Emmy
Right.
should be going to bed. So I think it was mostly to
Go ahead,
Opal.
Emmy. Okay. What's your passive perception, Rody?
It's 11.
No, you have no idea. You
Okay.
you were so happy to get this mushroom stink off of you. And they, as you walk back there too, there's a very ornate like bathroom with a very big clawfoot tub in the middle of it, and it's like it is so you're so jazzed about some hot water and like it's gonna be nice, buddy. You're about to have
This
the
is
best bath of
I'm
your life.
excited. There are pictures all over the walls. It's great.
As Iris, as you're looking out the window with a nat 20, a couple of things you immediately recognize is that this person appears to be about. They appear to be elvish in nature, and like either half elf or a full elf. They have a kind of darker skin tone. They are. They appear to be. I mean, he rolled a nat 20. I'm just gonna. They're a man. Kind of a wispy look to them, and then as you think about the wispy nature of them, you recognize that he was the person who was leading the order down the hallway that you'd seen before. This is one of the members of the Order of the Martyr who has followed you, and he is currently just. It seems like sitting in the alley watching. You see like half of his face poked out. He doesn't seem to have clocked that you're watching him, but he has like whole half his face poked out looking in the direction of the house.
All right. I'll like try and memorize his face. But that is very good to know and a little disheartening to hear. And she'll kind of just gently replace like the curtain that she was peering behind, and turn to Opal, and she'll be like, "Is it just you and Miss Emmy around here?"
Sometimes Barty is here. He's on. He is practicing to be a blacksmith, despite my encouragement that he seek out other employment. But he's been working nights. They are. His employer is preferential to the dark.
So just the three of you then? No.
Yeah, we she begins to like Emmy at this point you're upstairs. I don't know how quickly you go to sleep, but you've been ushered upstairs. Raz at this point I assume has like a warm bath going, and so she starts to kind of show you like the pictures on the walls and like the different. This is a very like academic looking home. There's a lot of like cartography looking things, and like trophies from maybe different like architectural digs or different educated pursuits that her father had gone on.
Lots of
But there are
vases and stuff.
lots of fancy vases, and this world is young too. So like a lot of the things that you begin to notice pretty quickly have the same kind of iconography of like the harpies and the first. There's a lot of wings. There's a lot of gem dwarf like related things. There's a lot of gems in general in this house. You see different like powders and different things like that. You also see photos of what you can assume are her sisters. You see a photo of Emmy with a couple of friends, a couple of what appear to be young elves. that have different colored hair. You see photos of what you assume are her sisters. They're all labeled and next to her father in one of the photos. There is a woman who appears to be kind of like radiant skin, very like very very pretty blondish brunette, and her hair is just like shimmering in the photo. You see a bluish tiefling, a young woman, and then you see a human who's very short, and is just very like cropped hair. And they all appear to be like in different poses, doing different things. But they have a couple of photos with their dad all gathered together alongside Emmy.
I just
And so she
realized.
says, yeah, the house used to be much more full. Sorry?
I just realized looking at the youngest like reference picture, it does kind of look like Jill. Love
She does
it.
a little bit. She does a little bit.
She'll she'll kind of smile a bit sadly, and she'll be like, "Oh yes, when they grow up and head out, it's the hardest part."
Um, let me get you some tea.
That
And
sounds lovely.
she goes to start making you tea, and she kind of quietly, like in that old gossipy lady kind of way, says, not so much left as their father disappeared. He was an academic and prone to going on travels, but he'd never not come back before. And when he didn't, one by one, the sisters went looking for him. And she's like very hushed, honing this to you. Emmy is the only one who is not left yet, but I believe, and have discouraged her from doing so, that she is becoming a well diver with the intent of hunting down her father and sisters. I try to remind her that staying in place is better than roaming. Whenever you're seeking someone who is roaming, you won't find them if you roam as well. But she doesn't listen to me in the way she used to. It is lonely here, and that does bad things to the mind of a brilliant and lovable girl like Emmy.
As scary as it seems to, as scary as it, oh my god, as scary as it is. My Iris just had a little stroke there. As scary as it is to see them go off into the world, it'd be much more heartbreaking to see her fall apart here, you know. And hopefully she'll
Yeah.
be in good hands. And you know, speaking of dangers of the real world, do you all have a place you can stay that isn't here? She just kind of slips that in.
Yeah, she just looks up at you like, huh? What
I-
do you...
like a you all seem like you might have like a beach house somewhere, or other somewhere not here in
Not
the city.
not unless Beltran had something I wasn't aware of. No.
Well,
What? She's like looking at you like, say it.
that's fair. She's trying to measure out if she should inform them of. I would just say, I mean, with the entrance of a new era for Miss Emmy, maybe invest in some security around the house. Maybe people that you trust, one or two, just to, you know, it might help you find some company. But also, you know, there's only 2 to 3 of you in the house at any time, and this is a lavish place. You know, maybe think of some protection in the future.
Do you know of... And she again like lowers her voice. Do you know of any immediate threats? She has a very high passive insight.
That's fair. No, this is like game recognized game. She's like, well, there was a man creeping around an alleyway nearby, and I don't know if he caught an eye for Emmy or not, or maybe myself. But he seemed to be rather intent on the house when we came in.
Okay. Would you mind would you mind not telling Emmy about this? And you watch as she walks to the back door of the house. And you watch as she turns the lock 3 times. And as she does, you see a sigil appear on the back door that you watch like go thump, and then all the windows go thump, 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 and the front door goes and
She went in lockdown.
you,
That's awesome.
you watch as the house appears to have some kind of protection around it. She says, I'm not the most adept at these things, but Beltran was good at what he did, and he wanted to make sure his daughters were safe. So there are certain things I know of that I try not to tell the girls. So the house is safe as long as you stay within it. If you open the door, all of them unlock. Okay?
All right. That's fucking wonderful, by the way. Oh.
It honestly, a few times, I don't think they ever realized that. They used to sneak out when they were younger. I did it a couple of times just to get them to think they were too tired to open the windows. It worked. I'm pretty sure Brisa, is it Brisa or Brisa, Tegan?
Brisa.
Brisa. I'm pretty sure Brisa figured it out, but the rest of them never seemed to. So we pretend and we listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we don't judge. You're right. And she'll like tap the side of her nose at her. Secret's safe with me.
As long as you stay within the house and you sleep here tonight, you are safe from any external. I don't want you to die. You have 6 HP, buddy. I don't.
I appreciate
Just-
it.
The house is locked down. As long as you don't try to leave, there is no method by which the person can try to get in outside of destroying the house.
Amazing.
So
It
Right.
really does make you question everything that Emmy's grown up with, doesn't it?
it should.
It
It's
explains
almost
that
like I
it's
have a
just good.
secret, separate notebook full of mysteries.
I'm so
No.
excited for you guys to get to know Emmy's story shit.
I love it.
All of
I've
you.
loved learning
It's
this.
not. It's not just you. It's crazy. After I will say, after a minute though, Iris, you start to hear something from your pocket, wherever you put that cat figurine.
Yes, I was
start
just
to
about
hear
to
it.
think about that. She kind of takes it to her. She's like, "Oh, sorry, one moment." She puts it to her ear.
This woman is so confused by you, but like
I love
delighted.
this.
She leans back in her chair and just like starts sipping tea, watching you talk to this cat
And
figurine.
she has the cat up to her. She's like, "Do you have a deck of cards? We can play a game while we have our tea if you'd like."
she starts to pull out. Oh, absolutely! And she starts to go get like dice and cards and start putting things
I
out
love
for you.
her. Yeah, but
Farkle?
what is?
No.
I love Farkle. Okay.
You hear through the cat. You hear someone say, "I've forgotten her voice." Hang on, what's friend sound like? Hey, okay, so, you know somebody's following you, right?
Hello, dear. Yes, I was just about to say. It's the leader. You're good to talk now, right? Yes, I figured you could be.
Me? Yeah, I'm hanging out.
Yes, it's the leader of the martyr crew that we saw at the compound, and he followed us right up to Emmy's door, basically. So I was going to
Oh.
ask if you could let Beryl know that I'm going to stay here for tonight, and the rest to just be very, very careful, because we might already be late.
Okay, cool. Hey, real quick.
Yes.
This is gonna suck. Can I have permission to, get in your brain?
It's
Please.
been a long time since someone's asked to do that.
God. The freaky stuff this woman has done. Oh.
You broke me. I was trying to picture. Fuck no.
That's whatever you want it to be. She'll stand up. She'll apologize to Opal, and she'll kind of walk into like a separate room as to not confuse this poor woman more. And she's like, all right, fuck it. Yes, you have permission.
Okay. You can still try to resist us if you want it as a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, and she'll just say, just don't open any doors. And then she'll just let it happen.
Okay. You feel your neck crane up as your eyes go white and you don't see anything anymore. You are still in your body, you feel it moving, but you no longer have control over your own faculties for a second.
Ugh.
As Opal watches your body walk to the window, peek out the window, and you hear Rin say into you, not opening it, but like peeking out it like you were earlier, and you hear Rin say in your own voice out loud, you hear her say, "Okay, I can see it. I wonder if I can hang on one sec. This is gonna be really jarring, so hold on to something as soon as I'm gone." And suddenly you regain all faculties and like realize you have control over your own body again as you're like shunted back into your own body.
Cool.
And let's see something real fast.
Yeah.
She can only do this. Oh, yeah, that fails. You watch as the person in the alley, as you like become semi-conscious again, you watch as his eyes do the same thing where his head shoots back and he suddenly
Cool.
is looking with like whites out of his eyes. And the cat figurine begins to speak to you again and it goes, "Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to try to figure out what this dude knows. I'm going to make him go back to his place, I think. Oh shit, I forget that he can hear me when I do this. It's fine.
Be very careful.
I'll be all right. It's okay. I'm not really here. I'm like kind of everywhere. Anyway, were you guys playing Farkle?" And she's like, Can I you have any cats? I could play Farkle.
I'll check for you, dear.
Okay, if you've got a cat, bring it over because I want to play Farkle while you guys play. I want to play Farkle
Okay.
while you guys play Farkle, please. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna go see what this guy knows. And she starts
Goodbye,
like,
dear.
you watch as he starts to turn away and walk in a different direction.
That's. She'll put the cat figurine back. She'll walk back into Opal and she'll be like, "You got any cats?" And then she'll play Farkle.
I hate cats. She says.
Oh.
She knows.
She knows. We are getting close to time, but I want to give you guys a chance to like actually get a long rest. Does anyone want to do anything else before y'all sleep?
I will stop being a menace.
What were you about
You've
to do?
been amazing.
No, she'll just.
Pass out.
No, Raz deserves to have a peaceful bath, so fuck it.
Oh,
I
God.
pass out on.
Wait, no, you gotta
I-
flip a coin for that.
Oh,
I know you saying that now made everyone listening not want Raz to get a peaceful rest. So good job.
That's fair.
you know what? Just for the sake of it, let's have a look, shall we? Wait.
What are you
Oh.
doing?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? You have a cat. You have a Sphinx now. I don't think she can control it, but
I can. He's my familiar.
no,
No,
I'm
uh,
saying
Rin.
I don't think
Yeah, he's
Rin
saying-
can't control it because it's not a cat. It's a Sphinx
No,
cat.
it's a fae, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Oh boy.
Hopefully. I'll let Ethan off this.
What am I doing? Oh no.
I feel like we're ending Raz very quickly in this game.
He
She
just
rolled.
gets drowned in a
She rolled the
bathtub.
bad one, I
Exactly.
believe.
Yeah.
Did you want to do something and were hoping for the other one, or is this the one that was going to do something?
Well, I don't want to be a menace and cause issues, but
Yes, you do.
no, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like real sneaky quiet, and I'm gonna try
I feel
and
like she
open
says that
the door.
aloud.
I open the door.
I just
Oh,
picture
boy.
her like
Can I-
actually
can it
saying this
be-
out loud as she's doing
I
it. She's
know.
like, "I'm being
Can it
real
be-
sneaky
Validating her
quiet."
real-
Can it be like a adjoining bathroom? Like there are two doors to it. Like
Sure.
three.
yeah.
Well,
Or
technically
if
three
he's
doors.
if
'cause
he's
the-
in Barty's room, then no. But if he's
Wait,
if he's in one of your sister's rooms, then yes.
depends which bathroom did he? Which bathroom?
Because
did
he
you
was
go?
downstairs. He went
He was
downstairs, so that would be Barty's room.
The fact that they have a
Okay.
bathtub on the main floor, rich.
Okay,
Yeah, they
So
have
I-
a yeah. I mean, it's
Okay. so I'm gonna try and sneak downstairs
roll a
Just wants to
stealth
see Raz
check.
naked. I get it.
with disadvantage.
Yeah, you are still.
No, I
trash.
don't.
That's
Not with a 3, I
3.
don't.
You hear like all of you hear stumbling down the stairs, and like halfway down,
The ankle
halfway
twist just-
down, you hear Opal go to bed, Imania.
I duck down on the stairs and I summon my little familiar over my Sphinx. Kipri. I get him to come over and I'm like, I need you to go keep an eye on him. apparently he's the son of Nightwing. And I promised that I would kill all the darkness. But not tonight. And I let my cat go. And I go to bed.
All right, your cat will try to. I mean, you can roll its stealth check if you want, and then we can see what his passive
at least not
perception is. If he
disadvantaged.
notices this cat staying in his room all night long.
Yeah.
If it were me, I'd be like, "Oh, this cat likes me," and it just turns out it's like a mean.
That's a
Woo,
22.
That's a 20. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
there's no way. Yeah, Kepri is able to
Raz
keep
gets
a
this
pretty
feeling
good
he's being
eye.
watched in the bathtub and he forgets to look into the up places.
I don't think
Raz,
Raz
do you want to try to
cares.
roll to see if you see it? Do you care?
I mean, I'll try, but what would I
I don't know
roll?
how like perceptive you're being. It would be a perception check.
Okay.
You always nat 20 it.
Yeah. Let's see.
The best part. Oh,
16.
Well, that's not enough.
It's fine.
Yeah, you don't sense the cat with wings watching you the rest of the night as you take your bath and go to bed.
And I look through my Sphinx's eyes.
So you really are just trying to check
And
me out.
immediately
I
regret
see.
it. And immediately regret it. Like, nope.
See this Adonis just laying there wet in the tub.
He does like the Witcher
And you-
stand up out of the bath.
You linger a little too long. I understand. It happens.
No, and she's just like, goes, Bright Ren goes, nope, I did not think this through.
So good. My God. God help us. As you guys all get a chance to rest, does anyone want to do anything else before we're at time? So I want to give us a chance to kind of wrap. I really thought we'd do more than this again. It's not even been a full day.
It's roleplay, man. It's roleplay. We love it.
I know.
Yeah.
That is Ethan's
Oh.
DM
This-
catchphrase for Punch and Roll. I really
I
thought.
know.
we
I
had
thought
more
you would
this
do
session.
more.
Um,
True.
Well, Beryl is, Beryl's going to kind of go over his spell book, and he's just going to kind of hang out on the bed near the one where he staked out for Iris, and just kind of go over his spell book, and then just go to bed. Because like me, he has a splitting headache, and he just wants a long rest.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
Then
I
I'm
think-
gonna set us up for next time. Oh, sorry. Somebody
Sorry.
wanna jump in?
I feel like I've taken
No,
up so
no,
much
please,
time,
please,
but
please, please.
I-
No,
As
no,
she's
no,
going
please.
to bed, she takes out a little like journal that she always has, and she starts writing about the day in it. And at the top of the page is just "Dear Henry," and then she closes it and goes to bed.
Aw.
Aw.
Oh my God. We need a Dear Henry book now. Now oh my God.
Why y'all doing this to
Dear
us?
Henry. Today I beat the shit out of some mushrooms.
I kicked some serious mushroom ass.
I
Nah.
kicked one right at Beryl.
You know, 2. I think she kicked 2 at you.
One of
Beryl
them
was a
actually made it.
petunia
to
for a
Yeah.
minute. This day has been the longest fucking day of all of your lives. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That was
Um,
funny.
As you guys have you're on the end of your rest. So all of you get a long rest. Mark yourself as having your long rest. Make sure you are fully leveled up if you haven't already done that. To the level 3, as a reminder. All of you are suddenly awakened, like at the end of your long rest, early in the morning, as excuse me. As Bast comes running into each of your rooms and wakes you up and says, "You have to get the fuck out of town now. They are coming for you." And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Oh, shit. Gotta get the
Dun,
fuck out of
dun,
Dodge.
Those of you in the other house will also be alerted, but it's through the cat figurine, effectively. Luckily, Iris went because she's the one who had that, because it would have been really bad if nobody had that thing over at the other
Oh,
house.
yeah.
No way to communicate. But yeah, each of you get your long rest. We'll pick up there next time. Super excited to see where you go next.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll cut the episode. And now we can just talk for a minute, say hi to people.
Yay!
Hey,
Yeah.
Rhodey,
Hi,
I'm sorry in
everybody.
advance that I coughed my head off at some point during this
Oh.
and didn't
what
mute
did I
myself
say?
quickly enough.
Oh.
So you're just gonna hear like a strangled sorry, and then I muted myself.
No, Marie and Aaron will be muted for so long that I get worried that they're like actually there. I'm like, wait, oh yeah, they were there because I heard them. It's just like,
I think I did mention at some point, I'm like, Rhodey, I really should just use a clicker when I mute myself and then unmute myself so you can just cut it out.
I love how everyone has a different style of how they handle either muting on Discord or how they do like in general, because Zach always loves to say my name in moments he really doesn't want to be recorded. He'll always say like sorry or whatever, so it'll grab my attention. He says my real name.
His actual name.
And
Yeah,
so
I
it's
did that a
like-
couple
yeah.
times in this one after coughing fits.
Damn.
it always triggers me because I'm listening to 7 tracks at once. It always triggers me to be like, what? Oh, okay.
And
good.
there's a phantom whispering your real name.
And then
See,
Marie always has fun
I want to
little
like
solo
moan your name,
conversations
but I
that I
no
love.
way.
Yeah.
I will
Say
say
I'd love
there
to
was
like
one
moan your
moment.
name at it, but I can't.
There was one
Yeah.
moment,
Okay.
I think it was when Hel was saying that Zach was muted, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I swear I muted, and then I did a huge furious amount of typing, and then I looked and I'm like, I wasn't muted, shit, sorry. And it's just tick, 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 tick.
Yeah. So funny. But yeah, every single one of y'all have like like normal things that you do all the time, and it's always funny because it's just like it's subconscious. I know you guys aren't like aware of these things, and so I always listen and hope that it happens every time. And I'm like, I know there's gonna be one where I'm hoping it'll happen for each one of y'all, and that thing won't occur. And I'll be like, okay, well, I hope it doesn't stop.
Can I ask a random question as to how tall everyone's characters
They're
are?
my treats.
How tall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beryl is just under 5 feet. He's like 4'10-ish, 4'11.
Yep. Okay. You'll find out later why this is important.
I feel like Iris is like, she's shrunk with age. Like
I was gonna say, she's
5'2".
shrinking.
Oh,
5'2".
She's eating.
Okay.
she used to be 5'4".
Yeah, and now she's just gonna.
I know that
grandma had
Redwald is
happen.
real tall.
Dear Henry.
Just
Okay.
looking up the actual
Oh
height.
boy.
Marie is
I have
like
to say to
Marie.
Rhodey,
Marie is
I
short as fuck.
apologize.
Kaida is 5'9".
Okay. You do the same thing I do. I'm like 5'2"-ish, and all of my characters are like 5'9", 5'10". I'm like, shit, yeah, it's a fantasy world. I'm gonna be tall.
Yes, if it's gonna be fantasy, I'm gonna be able to reach the top fucking shelf. Okay. I was the person at the
I love that
grocery
you're
store climbing
5'9",
the
carrying
goddamn
like 6
shelf.
weapons.
Real.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Carrying all these heavy ass weapons. You're
She's
5'9".
strong.
She's a beefy farm
Redwald is
girl,
8
dude.
foot.
That's right.
Woo!
8 foot.
8 foot? That's what I thought. Yeah.
8 foot, yep.
2 feet
How tall's
tall?
Raz?
I got him at 6'2".
Okay. And how tall is the mysterious DM?
The
Me?
entity.
It'll be important later.
The
Yeah,
infinite
you.
Universe.
But like my actual height or like what? Like the because
Well,
I'm not
whatever-
a player.
Avatar-esque that you would like your DM
Which
avatar to be.
NPC do you claim
Oh,
as
I'm
your?
Three
just
He's
gonna
8
be my
feet
own.
tall.
I'll just, 3 foot. I'll be my own height. I'm just 6 foot.
He's
How
one of
tall
the
is Rin?
mushrooms.
How tall is Rin?
Mhm.
Tiny.
Rin is 5'4".
Oh,
Oh, so cute.
She's a
Ethan's
short
actually
little
only
thing.
like 4 feet tall, so I don't know why he's
Yeah, I'm
lying
4
about
foot
his height.
11. I think. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, Carter and I are the
Funny
same
thing,
height.
I had
That's sweet.
to, because I donate plasma twice a week. They're doing it by height and weight now. I had to go in and like get my height measured, and they were like, because everybody keeps lying on their license, and I was like, okay, my license is 6 feet, and she's like, you're the only person I've had who's 6 feet who did, and I was like, shut, no, whatever, it's fine. They made me take my shoes off. I was like, oh, in this place, oh.
Wow,
See, it
they're
annoys
getting
me
real
when
Five
I
So
tell
foot.
many
them I'm
feet
6
between
foot
There you
and
go,
they
Jill.
give me the
There you
look.
go. That's what my sisters looked like.
Oh.
Raz, does that mean that you give off short man energy?
Sarah.
Oh,
How tall is
Hello.
Rhodey? Rhodey, are you tall? I don't know how tall you are.
In
I don't
real
know how tall
life?
Zach is.
I'm like
Yeah.
5'8".
Hey.
I haven't measured since high school, and I was shorter than I am now, so I'm guessing.
Yeah, you measure other things, just not height.
You don't.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
you haven't checked your height since you were in high school? Have you not had to go to
No.
the doctor?
Not to get measured, and if I did, they didn't tell me or I didn't pay attention.
This is a secret. Fuck you.
Yeah. I'm gonna live in this lie as long as I want. All right. I'm just kidding.
I'm 5'10".
How tall do you think each of us are?
Oh, well,
How tall do
That's
I
the-
think each of you are?
That's the real
Well,
question.
he's met me.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I know how tall. I know how
And me.
tall Zach and Hell and Marie are.
I feel like Sarah's
Uh,
like 5 foot. Tegan gives
No,
off.
Sarah's
short
Nah,
like
Sarah's like a
5'4", I bet.
5'6".
No, Sarah's like
5'5".
5'5".
I think last time I got measured, I'm like 153 centimeters, roughly, give or take.
Yeah,
I get
that makes
measured a
5'3".
lot.
I was close. I said 5'4".
5'3",
5'3" and 5'4",
5'3".
not that crazy.
5'3", okay.
I don't know. 5'3" and 5'4". 5'3" feels shorter, like significantly shorter than 5'4".
It does. I tell the doctor I'm 5'4",
Oh, trust
and they
me,
don't
when
measure
you're
me,
short,
so-
there is you turn around and say, "Oh yeah, I'm 5'3.5", because that half
it
is
means a lot.
really important. Yeah,
Exactly. I don't think I even have the half. I'm lower than that.
I will say though,
You can
the
round
one
up, it's
person
okay.
in this group that is the same height as their character is Aaron. So
No, his character's bigger, but he is 6'7".
No, I'm joking.
His character is
That's
Yeah.
what I'm kidding. He's a
over
giant.
foot.
If
It's
we ever get
impressive.
to play this game live together, it's gonna be the funniest fucking thing ever because it'll
Yeah.
be like Aaron will be way up here, and then we'll have like tiny
I'm the
like
shortest guy in the
Marie and Sarah, and it'll be so good.
group. Yeah, it would be funny. I think I'm taller than
I
all the
would.
girls and shorter than all the guys, so I'd be dead center.
I don't know about that, Rotifer.
right.
No, I think we're the same height. If not, I might have a half inch on you.
Okay.
Really big question that's really, really integrally important as well, though. Oh wait, no, it's not because he doesn't have wings. I was about to say what's his wingspan, but he doesn't have wings.
Oh.
Wow, salt on that wound, huh? Thanks.
Shouldn't the wingspan be like your height but horizontal?
I have this
No.
like really tragic thing
No.
written about all this, and you're just making fun of him for not having wings. You
Yeah.
monsters!
Look, at the moment,
I need to
don't-
justify how racist
as
he
I
is,
said-
making
as
it
I
really
said-
sad.
as I said to Mrs. Barton, he's a bad boy.
You said naughty.
Boy.
He's a naughty
He's a
boy.
Naughty.
naughty boy.
Naughty.
So naughty.
The funny thing, I'm not gonna get into it. Never mind.
The funny thing about how naughty I am.
Do you all go British when you go dominant? Like,
Ah!
is that what I just witnessed?
I think that
I
was
think
I go
so.
British when I
attempt at
go
Australian?
submissive. I go Irish when I'm dominant. Fuck the Brits.
Clearly, as Emmy drinks, her accent kind of fucking wanders.
The Harpy is
Listen.
dominant, and she's Irish, and Bast apparently is submissive, and he's like not British, but leading that direction.
I didn't clock the pay for soap thing because at first I was like, penance, whatever. Then I'm like, nope, that's not what it is.
Oh, we all
Yeah,
we all
you're
heard
gonna
when
get
you
soap in your
figured
mouth.
it out.
I pay for that.
Everyone's like,
We all
yeah,
heard when you
and then
figured
like
it out.
delay.
Yeah, it
Oh.
was so good.
I didn't
You had
get
a
to clip
blast.
it in
It was
time. I
great.
was so close.
Sarah, you need to start prepping a character to play as a guest someday soon, buddy.
I know. So I need your help because I have me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk. Because
Okay.
I think like 2 or 3 sessions from now, you're gonna need to pop in.
I
You
don't
gotta
like
get.
this.
I'm ready.
I get to play with Sarah for the first time as a player.
Yes.
No.
I was like, you played with her? Oh no, wait, you were the DM.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like, there is a point in my notes. There are a couple points in my notes where I'm like, the Goliaths were jumped after attempting to jump the group, which sucked. But I do just like, Redvold pulls out a fungal stretcher.
Oh,
Yes.
it's so
I
good.
do. That was good.
I
was.
still hate it.
We all need
But
a
it's
good
so
fungal
good.
stretcher.
Oh,
I'm just realizing
One-
the people we got rated from have been like, it looks like they've been streaming for a while. That's
So what is
Crazy.
rated?
Yes.
Oh,
What is-
so
basically a group,
in-
another, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, I'll let
It's-
you
no,
explain it.
please. You've done this long.
Basically, another group who's streaming, basically at some point in their stream, they're like, you know what? We'll jump into another group and we'll stream their shit.
Oh, that's so lovely.
And they bring their whole audience to watch,
Aw.
basically.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's usually so I was part of a reading group on Twitch a while back where we would lots of non-professional narrators would be reading live on Twitch, and whenever we got when we got to the end of our stream, we would then look for which of the rest of the group were live, and we'd take all of our viewers and go and raid them. I'd drop off my viewers, I'd sign off and then go to bed. kind of thing. So it's a way to
Mm.
end your stream by sending them all to someone
Yeah.
else.
Like y'all go
Yeah,
check this
Basically,
out.
pay it
That's
forward,
cool. That's
basically,
cool.
yeah.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
really good.
That is cool.
We actually had a decent number of. I mean, we still do have a decent number of people watching the Twitch stream, which is nice.
That's because they love our
Um,
bullshit, apparently.
Yeah, we're just full of.
Well,
Just full of
hello
it.
to all of you.
I have half of
Hmm.
my real life coworkers listening now, which if it gets me fired.
Nice.
I survived another layoff today, so I feel like my time's coming eventually.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh
dear.
man, that's
Like
brutal.
the vibes are in shambles. You guys go listen to D&D tonight.
Hey guys, you know what? You could potentially make us money doing this. Please tell everyone you know.
Right.
We
Uh,
want to be picked. No man.
what a bittersweet thing. It's like, hey, but you can have some fun.
Right.
Lord help us all.
Come and listen to me feel like I'm actually empowered that I can change and fix the world.
Yeah.
All right, let's not get too dark here, guys. Come on.
I know, it's getting gloomy.
I love every moment that Guzman, by the way, is like, yeah,
He's
everything's
so
gonna be
good.
fine. I'm gonna give you drinks and everything's gonna be cool. Oh fuck, you guys are actually just
I
assholes.
did enjoy the overlay of the
Yeah, he was
animation.
glooping.
It was
out.
so
he was
good.
glooping out a drink into a glass the whole time we were streaming.
The
I
fucking
love it.
Mushers
I was
are
so
actively shaking their
happy.
ass on our stream right now.
I was
It's
so
funny.
happy. I'm like, product of my
That's
labor.
what's ever happened. I'm gonna start building like assets for the stream because I think I like doing it. It's fun to have funny stuff up here. It's great.
Oh, the best part is, yeah, you can create like little
Uwoos and stuff.
icons
yeah.
and stuff and
Yeah,
Yeah.
emojis and or emotes or whatever you call them. All that kind of
emotes.
shit.
That's
It'd be
it.
fun.
Yeah.
Hup, hup,
It'd be
hup.
fun.
Oh my god, I'm gonna make an Uwu Guzman. Okay.
Oh my
We have a
god.
hump up sound.
yeah.
Yeah.
A goo
I
Guzman.
can't
Goo
access it to
Guzman.
turn it back on.
I love the fact that during the
I
week
screamed.
I just get this. I just love during the week that I get this alert to the message of Matt Mangum going, "Who created the uwu?"
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I know.
funny.
Because
he
the
was,
best
like,
part
offended.
is-
it was so funny.
Yeah, because the best part is if you're like a pro Discord user, whatever sounds boards you've got on all of your Discords, you have access to across the board.
Yeah. So he must have seen
And
it
so
in
I
some
just
other
love to
thing he was
think that he and Connor have been playing on like the Disc Gaming channel, and Connor's found it.
in.
It's
my
just
God.
yes.
Yeah,
The
that-
power.
I get concerned with the noises that this episode felt like decidedly less horny than the last few have, which I think is
I don't
is
know.
a good thing.
That
Yeah.
y'all
Well,
are
it
Y'all
started
are
off
nuts.
pretty
Harpy,
horny,
that's
and then
for
it.
sure.
It's-
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
hard for me to tell because I was mentioning this the other day when we were talking post show, like it's horny but in a really like just chill way that I don't think any of us acknowledge half the time, and so it's just kind of like I'm not ever really sure
I
how
think it's
horny it
truly
was
just
until
a
after.
side effect of reading so much romance or narrating so much romance.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
it just
100%.
it
The
doesn't.
base level's so low.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
man.
You kind of become,
I-
yeah, you just kind of get desensitized to it, I guess.
I got it was oops all tropes tonight. Somebody said.
Yeah, yeah,
very true.
That was funny.
Yeah, we had I was honestly thinking like for a second I was like, oh, we're gonna go like info dump. It's gonna like, okay, y'all are going down all kinds of stuff, but it ended up being a little bit less of that, and I like that. I love the dynamic of Opal and Iris being
I
together.
love
I think
her.
that's really
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, that was.
That was
funny.
I have a new
You just
friend.
Met your new best friend.
Yeah.
Which I'm so glad that I put her in because now knowing that Iris is there, I'm like, you're gonna be the best friend and it's gonna be great. And I can't.
Okay,
Like part of the
hold
reason
on.
why I was like in
Best
my head.
Not new best friend.
Best-
no,
Best friend?
Oh,
New
Best
friends,
friend?
not best
You're already
friends.
replaced, Beryl.
But the best part about this is, in my brain, I was like, oh, I wonder if Barty's here because in my mind, like, because he's
Mhm.
like my surrogate brother, I really, really, really want to introduce him to Beryl because he's a blacksmith and that would really
Oh,
help
yeah.
him.
I overheard that. Not Beryl,
Yeah.
but I overheard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was.
thought you were gonna. I thought you wanted him to fight with Raz.
I know. I was
That's
like,
not
which
why I
one?
was. That's not why I removed
No,
him. but it
I
was
would have
like-
also ratted him out
yeah.
that he's mean. He's been mean to me.
He's a meanie.
I had a moment of fear that your like. I don't. It feels bad to call her nanny, but like that Opal.
No, she
I
is.
was so
Basically,
worried you
yeah.
were gonna be like, this is Patty, and I'm gonna be like, I have to fight this bitch on sight. I'm so glad it wasn't, because I was
Her
like, I
name
can't
is
have this
Opal
conflict.
Patricia. Oh no! No.
No, she's our housekeeper slash she's my nanny. Like
House
yeah.
mother.
When
Cool
my
lady.
my father would go away on his because he'd be away a lot, so she essentially raised me and my 4 sisters. So.
I was to say, with the way she kept telling
I
you to go
love
to bed,
that.
she clearly was a mother figure.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
I was honestly from the image because I hadn't prepped voices and stuff for the like characters of her sisters and stuff. I didn't think we would go to her house today, so I hadn't like prepped that. But
Well,
for
it's good
Opal,
because you don't need to worry about my sisters' voices until much later. So,
Oh, I mean,
unless
if
they're all dead.
If they're alive.
Exactly. But
Anyway,
I'm fully prepared that this is D&D. They're all gonna be dead.
you don't know that. Maybe I'll kill
Or
them in front of
possessed.
you.
There's worse things.
Yeah, I was gonna say
No,
it's
the worst
worse.
part
They're
is
undead,
they're
and you have
possessed
to
and then I have
re-kill
to
them.
kill them.
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah. No, I'm not even going to tell you the curse things I've done to friends in games before, but the image of Opal Barden reminds me a little bit of Julie Andrews, and so I immediately went to that like a little bit less friendly Julie Andrews as a house mother, and I was like, we could play that card. She's a little bit older and kind of mean. I like that.
I like
And
that
that's
'cause-
why
and
it
for
wasn't-
whatever reason, I saw Mrs. Doubtfire in my head.
Because this is the
Oh
thing.
dear.
It wasn't until I looked at the pictures and then I looked up and I realized that my youngest sister kind of looks a little bit like Jill. But
Yeah.
but
I had that
also
thought,
I'm like
once before.
there was the secondary thought of I need to keep Raz away from my Asimar sister.
Ah,
Aha.
see, there's a love situation that could go on.
You need to keep Raz away
She
from
will-
you,
She
apparently.
will beat you up. She will beat you up.
You're the one spying on Raz in the tub.
I know.
Like,
you-
I don't know
you've
what to
seen
tell
me
you
naked,
here.
All right, I don't know. What's
No,
going on,
because drunk Emmy didn't think that through. That was I don't think I thought this through very well when and that's
I
why
will
the
say,
minute I
did not-
saw him in the bath and everything, I like to express I would like it to be on record that she didn't see anything, but the minute she realized he was nude, she's like, "No, peace out."
Not even,
Yeah, like-
not even a hint of shaft, just like a tiny.
Yeah.
No, no.
I think you're just
No,
blocking it
Geralt.
out. You'll remember it later. Yes, that's exactly what I envisioned.
Emmy is innocent.
Exactly.
You think that my house mother would have allowed me to bring boys back or girls for that matter? No, no,
No.
definitely not. Not in this good Christian household. It's not.
He's 6'1.5" and those are two different.
Well, the funny thing was,
Not in
I
this
was
Cohen household.
thinking that it would be funny when
So
she said she was
Cohen
spying on me. That instead of him being sprawled out, he was like flicking it on him like a bird, like
Oh my god, like a
like,
bird
like
bath?
a bird bath. Yeah, like
No.
just flicking water on him instead of like laying out in it like Geralt. But
That's,
in my
that's what it'd have looked
brain-
like if it was Redvault
yeah,
in a normal sized bathtub.
You know the scene in Elf
Oh my
where
God.
like, he's just like under so much taller than the shower.
yeah, because it's the
That is
Hell.
my life in general.
Oh.
Like the simple things. I'll let you know, like what it's like being a giant. The
giant.
simple things like having a bath. I haven't fit in a bath since I hit double digits age. So I relish an opportunity to go to a hot tub because it's finally a bath. That's big enough.
Guys. Oh my gosh.
I can't
I-
imagine. Like, I already don't fit
You'd
in
have
baths.
to
I can't
duck
imagine.
through to get through doorways, wouldn't you? Like most
A
stairs.
lot of
6'3".
things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I currently live in a basement apartment where
Oh,
Uh,
fuck that! Staircases.
some of
no.
the rooms, particularly the workshop room that I'm in right now, has a ceiling that is
A low
1 inch
ceiling?
above my head. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oof.
Yeah. No, thank you.
yeah, that's right.
Definitely not, sir. I think it's bad when I have to crawl under my desk and I bang my head on the way out. Jeez.
I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
well, that's his
I-
whole life. So
It's so annoying to like even even when I'm in a bath, my legs are always out of the bath, and that drives me crazy. Aaron's top and bottom are out of the bath. he's like
Just ass
this.
in.
He's like a U
I-
in that bad boy.
You
You have to
said
have, like-
you said that, and all my brain is yes. He's just underwater until the bubbles stop, and it's
That would be pretty great if he's doggy style in that bath.
Oh,
Dead
no.
ass up.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
God, that wasn't even where I was going, but the image.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, gotta stretch out the hips.
See, I'm also thinking like a standard bed as well. Like, you know,
That's why he has a fungal stretcher.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you have to have.
That
In
right
real
there.
life
I-
too.
I cannot sleep on bed with a footboard. Just cannot do
No.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
jeez.
Do you
I
at
have
least
to
like,
be
a king
very
size?
careful about the. Yeah, so my wife and I share a king size, and I still hang off the end of the king size.
Do you sleep like I'd sleep sideways?
Diagonal,
That'd be
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, sleep diagonal, man.
I have to be careful about what chairs I sit on because I have broken many a chair just
Oh
by
my
sitting
God,
on them.
my.
Oh yeah, because when you sit down on a chair, there becomes a point as you start to sit down where you just kind of relax and thump into it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, I didn't even think about that.
yeah. And
I
so
just- I can't-
a lot of
I gotta get to
Redvold's feeling and of being too big, I genuinely feel that all the time.
He just
So
needs a
Eng-
hug. It'd be around his kneecaps, but he
Right.
needs a hug.
Hey, we're letting him have his therapy, all right? This is what this is for. You can work it all out.
It is
So
kinda funny we
England
don't
has
have
a whole
anybody
bunch
playing like a
of-
short. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Just saying that England has actual castles, but because everyone was so much smaller,
Yeah.
when I'd go with family to go visit those places, I am squeezing through corridors and around the spiral staircases and having to get on hands and knees to go through a doorway.
I was gonna say,
Baby
baby so
time.
Oh my
narrow.
god.
Sarah
It's
Jr.
baby time.
baby.
Don't worry,
No
tiny
one,
baby.
no one
you'll
else on
fit
the stream
into
can
every
see, but
room.
I know.
You'll
Got a
always
bottle
be
I need to
tiny.
give her right now. Or she's
I
gonna
mean,
lose it.
Hey, baby.
from
Oh,
from what you're saying,
what's that?
Aaron,
What
it'd
is
be
going
like
on?
all of the historical shows of like you're the Viking barbarian that has come to raid the English household where you've had to duck under, take him out. Because I'm aware that the Norsemen weren't actually as tall as everyone projects them in Hollywood. They were still relatively normal height.
Prove it.
According to
Prove it.
reports, the biggest thing that the Norse used to win over the ladies of England was the fact
They
that they
bathed.
regularly bathed.
Bathed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And
weird
combed
to
their
think of.
hair.
Yeah.
God.
That's so great. I love it.
Yeah, personal
Hey,
hygiene.
we don't
It's
smell
love
like
hygiene.
poop. Isn't this awesome?
Yeah.
I love the fact that normally we don't in D&D. There are just some things that you take as a given that you go to the bathroom, you go have a shower or whatever, unless you're doing something specific in a bathroom. But all Rhodey was focused on for like the
Get this
second
fucking
half of
bath.
the
Have
session
a
was,
bath.
please let me have
Yeah.
a bath.
Well, it was very much his character. That's why I was so
He's
committed
been
to it. I'm
thrown
like,
up on by a bunch
Yeah.
of mushrooms for a while.
as soon as he got all gooped up and it made him like gross, he's all about like looking perfect. So the whole thing was, I look like I've messed up, and so he's got to look pristine again. So
Now,
gooped
now,
up.
when I guessed, I'm gonna literally find the most inconvenient time to go to the bathroom.
Roll initiative. Okay, what 1 minute? Thanks, please. Give me a second.
Guys, I'm gonna pee my pants. Bad guys, hang
Sorry, I just read what Hell posted in the chat.
on. No. We're talking about crack washing. It's never been easier to wash your own ass, and yet, God help us.
Especially since bidets have really taken off again. I didn't
Good
expect
stuff.
that to be followed by.
That was
Sorry,
such
is
a
that-
long
that's
stretch
not
of
in
silence
silence?
after the word bidet.
I think it was all
You're
just
a science
mutual
used.
agreement of like bidets are
Yeah,
good.
we're like, yeah, use.
they are a
use, clean
positive
your
in
ass.
this world.
I have a
I'm
bidet on
like,
every
I
toilet
was
like
in my
thinking,
house.
I've never used one before. That's what I was thinking.
It's a mistake.
No idea. Yeah.
It's a mistake. It's a
I might have
trap.
peed in one before, not knowing what it was.
Oh, those
Aw,
basin
gross.
bidets are something else. But the kind that just hook up to your water, that attach to your toilet, those are good things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have, a bunch of young kids, so I spend a lot of my time thinking about bathroom stuff and when people need
Ah.
to go and how much I need to clean it. And so
Yeah.
Yep.
this is like 9/10 of my day is like, but did you wash your hands But did you wash your ass? Please. Please don't be gross.
My
That's all I want.
favorite question, at least in my household for the last few years, because of just the age of my kids, is who didn't flush the toilet?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because they get
Yeah,
really
I
excited.
have
and
two
just
boys.
run
And
off.
I have two boys who will fight me about sitting on the bathroom toilet. They won't sit on the toilet. So I'm like, I'll walk in and be like,
Oh no,
there's
that's
pee
the real thing. They get
everywhere.
they
and no
get
one
real
flushed."
afraid. They get real afraid that they're going to fall in, and so they just
No,
don't want
mine.
to sit on the toilet.
Well, like I
Mine aren't
said,
afraid of that. They just don't want to.
I do understand the
That's
fear
funny.
though, because the amount of times in the middle of the night, because the toilet seat's up,
Oh,
that I've
no.
accidentally almost fallen in, you think your life is over at that point.
well, and you got to remember, in
Right.
Australia, snakes will crawl out of toilets, so you got to be really careful.
Specifically, you'll
Only
find a lot
some
more that that'll
toilets.
happen in the upper parts of Australia, which are more tropical because it's like Florida. We also have green tree frogs that kind of jump out of toilets too.
No, that was the stupid fear that I had growing up. I lived in Canada, and I'm like, there's gonna be a snake in the toilet. I don't know, and like, oh god.
Oh, that's funny.
There was some movie where there was, or maybe I'm thinking of like a X-Files episode or something where there was like a snake in a toilet, and I never got over it as a kid. I think it was an X-Files
Really?
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was an X-Files episode where there's like a snake in a toilet, and then I never got it out of my head of like, there can be snakes in toilets?
Right? Right?
Yep.
It's the one place I should be safe.
No,
No.
no.
But no, you think my boys would figure this out, because my oldest has at this point dropped the toilet seat on his self
Ugh.
when using the
Yeah,
restroom.
no.
You'd think by now he'd be
Oh.
like, sit down, dude.
Yeah.
Like-
Just take a load off. Just sit.
It's not that hard. Just sit down. A hint of Shaft for the episode title. I'm trying to base the episode titles on like
Hint
the
of
name of
Shaft.
a book.
Books, yeah.
A hint of Shaft, and it could be like a quart of thorn and roses. A hint of Shaft and butt cheeks or something.
Oh dear. That might be a bit
Christ.
misleading, but
A hint
Hey,
of Shaft
makes
and
people a little too
Right? Sex
excited.
sells. So
That is
if you
true.
hint of Shaft and magic.
You
No,
put a name like that out there, people are gonna be curious. They're
That
gonna
is
know.
true.
I'm trying. There's got to be something
Like,
else.
what
A
did
hint
we
of
do
Shaft and
this
cats. Not a
Shaft
lot.
A
and
hint
pussy.
of pussy and
I was gonna
shaft.
say a hint of Shaft and pussy.
A hint of Shaft and kitties.
Oh my god.
It needs to be something that could be connected to the innocent version of Shaft.
Rod. Sorry.
We didn't
A
even
hint
pull
of
out the
Shaft
scepter in
and-
this episode.
A hint of Shaft and pommel.
Ooh, that's good.
Baton.
Not bad.
Swords don't have shafts.
Not
I
with
know
that
this is-
attitude.
My head is just my head is just rods and cats, and then because all I'm thinking is the old, the age thing in the 90s when you'd rap it, boots and cats and boots and cats.
Cats
Yep,
and
boots and cats.
cats and
Boots and
boots.
cats. Yeah.
It needs to be plural apparently, because a court of thorns and roses is plural, so it's got to be a hint of shafts and something.
Shafts and soldiers.
A hint of
Sounds-
blades.
A hint of
Because
shafts
let's
and
point out,
swords.
Raz was just standing there, swords in hand.
A hint of
Wait,
shafts
when?
and bishops.
You talking about the end? Sorry.
The be-
At
God,
the-
why did I
At,
say-
at the start, you had both your swords out, and you're just standing there with no party to go to, all alone, just fisting your swords.
Wow. I'm keeping
Actually,
my mouth
yeah.
shut.
Someone on there's some pretty good suggestions on Twitch of
I
shafts
need
and
to look.
assassins.
Oh, right. We're still alive.
Yeah.
we are.
A hint of shafts and, yeah.
I love that for us.
A hint of shafts
Internet,
and
we love
furs.
you. We love. Oh yeah, I can see we did get it
And
at some point.
A hint of Shaft and Goozy Garibaldi.
Goozy Garibaldi. Garibaldi. What does that mean?
I don't have the full context for that.
Raz double fisting those swords. Yep. Just.
It happens.
Oh
Oh
no,
my God.
I'm not doing that because I'm on camera and you guys can see what I was about to do.
Were you about to double
Yeah.
fist like this?
There you go.
And I'm like, don't do that. You're on the
I told you,
internet.
I'm very excited. I have now potentially 2 queer books. I'm doing as many as I can. Let me be
Yeah.
a gay cowboy, damn it.
Nice.
I like shafts and
Ram,
shots.
ram.
I
Shafts and
miss
shots. That's
them.
good.
Shafts and shots.
Ooh.
That
A
was
hint of
Chaos's
shafts and
suggestion.
shots?
Yeah.
Nice. She can come up with some
A
good stuff
taste of
sometimes.
shafts and shots.
A taste. What if we flip it? A taste of shots and shafts? Oh, it's still
Oh
bad.
no. Gonna get us banned on 6 platforms.
Yeah, I was gonna
No, we're labeled explicit. We can get away with it
say.
on podcasts. We just can't say like curse words in the titles. That's the only rule. We have to put like an asterisk or something in them.
Lame.
I'm
Can't
like,
say like a fuck of fucking fucks. It'll get mad at us.
now
I
I'm
like that
starting
title.
to. Now I'm starting to have to wonder if Emmy in her drunken status had some kind of awakening. Nope.
Based on your thing you sent me, she already pretty well knows what she's got going on, from what I understand.
All right, I'm gonna
Who
punch
knows
this
where this
out.
is gonna
I'm
go.
gonna punch
Look,
this out of the stream. Let's say
Okay.
goodbye. We
Goodbye.
got
I
our
suspect
we're gonna
episode title.
incriminate
Bye,
ourselves.
babe.
Thank you
Bye,
for
bye,
watching.
You get in trouble
folks.
on
I don't know why
Twitch,
I'm
it's fine.
waving. No
Yeah,
one
we're
can
fine
see
over
me.
there.
I wave too. I've turned my camera
This
off
is the
for a
thing I
while
actually
now.
like about Twitch and YouTube is we can't get in trouble like you can on TikTok. There's no
TikTok.
like you don't have to fake words and